Crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover.
It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
Crossover is powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. Boys, how are we?
Hello, Matt.
We can't see you in the video stream, which is fine. It's just funny because it's nothing. You can kind of see her hat.
You want me to adjust the
left.
video?
No, you're fine.
It's all right. I think I know what's going on with you.
Just pointing that out.
Just for people who don't know, who
Gout?
might not listen to... No, it's not gout. It was a physical injury.
Oh.
Who may not listen to Middays with Matt, but listen to Unsportsmanlike Conduct. First off, hi, how are you?
This is Matt McMaster.
I would
Hello.
love for you to listen to my show. Secondly...
And we would love for you to listen to Matt's show.
And
It's a good
secondly...
show.
It's a very good show.
I don't know.
Wow,
about that.
very good.
I've been listening.
He has been listening. He's been commenting.
Oh,
We
it
made our
is.
power rankings of people who have foot fetishes on 1620 The Zone.
And he put me number 2, like
Behind?
top highest.
Joey, for sure.
But this was less about an actual fact, and I think it's just power ranking people he hates the most.
No, it was just no. It would go.
Because he doesn't know anything about me. I hate feet. I think
just
they're gross.
The people most likely with foot fetishes at The Zone would easily go.
I think John's
Joey
up there.
1, Nick 2, Josh 3, John 4,
Which Josh?
Josh Peterson
Definitely not.
4,
One of my friends is a foot guy, though.
Josh Odson 5, Matt McMaster 6, Happer 7.
It's always the normal people who
Schaefer
are the,
8.
who have the kinks.
John definitely is right, but you are definitely a feet
John
guy
does
without a
something.
doubt.
I don't want to know what
You
it
definitely,
is.
you
There's
definitely
something
do
going on
have,
in
yeah.
the bedroom of his.
We looked you up.
You
I
are
looked you up
weird.
on WikiFeet, and it was,
Little,
and I was,
fuzzy
and I put in,
things.
I put on John Bishop, and it said it was searching for John Bishop on WikiFeet. I thought your feet were gonna.
So
pop
anyway,
up.
you were telling the listeners who don't hear your show about yourself.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
So for those who don't listen, to my show, Matt McMaster, nice to meet you. I'm a very physically active male and active. And I played golf yesterday, and then I played softball. And my right foot, and I talked to you about this, about the shoes. I got to get new shoes for my walking. My right foot was hurting, and I was rounding third. John, you should have seen it. I cut off third. So nice, dude.
Yeah, did you?
Such a good round off.
A little
third.
too nice, apparently.
Well, I pushed off, and all of a sudden, I kind of felt like a pop in like the arch of my foot,
Yeah, I know what this is.
and it was like a, and I'm like, oh, okay, and I'm running, and I'm like, all right, and then the kind of adrenaline, like I played the rest of the game, and I was hobbling a little bit, but I was still running. I still was fine. I still scored another run after that. Get home, I'm like, oh, it kind of hurts to walk, and I'm just whatever. And I wake up today, and I can't walk. I can't move. If my roommate had crutches, which he did at one point, if he still had them in the house or apartment rather, I would have used them to work today. So I haven't left. I left the studio once today, and it was terrible.
And you usually are Mr. Walking around after a
Yeah.
I
Sunday.
get my steps in.
All right. So I'm pretty
Wow.
sure
It's probably extra smelly where John is today because I couldn't move.
Have you did anybody in the chat guess on what this could be? Have you got
Charles did guess. That
What
it
did he
was
say?
Plantar fasciitis.
You have plantar fasciitis. That is absolutely what you have. I have had plantar fasciitis. It's terrible. And it absolutely would come by not having the correct shoes that you are often using for walking.
Yeah, but I don't recall plantar fasciitis starting instantly because something popped, like he
But
described.
it was not instantly. My right foot was hurting.
Okay.
We were progressing. I don't care if people know. I also do have psoriasis, and there is some there's some joint pain that comes with that as well.
Mhm.
Like I'm more susceptible.
But it's the arch.
That's what somebody.
No, that's if your arch is hurting right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, it's plantars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's because you say you don't want to go to the doctor, right? You don't want to go to the doctor.
Oh well, I don't want to get an X-ray.
If I'm correct, and if the other person is correct, the good part about plantars is you don't need to do that. You just need to rest. You can't.
Yeah.
And I got advice from somebody who is involved in the medical field or was retired now, and he was like, put a golf ball in the freezer and then take it out and just like move your foot back and forth on it, or like do a water bottle, same thing where it's like frozen.
Yeah.
And just do that. And again, you have to stay off your feet, and that will eventually help you.
See, Tommy Hill had this injury, and he was out for like 5 weeks, and that's concerning. Like that's kind of concerning how long this might take me to get.
I had it in 2019, and I think I stopped doing anything like physical for about a month. So
I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
sucks.
lingers. It
Plantars
lingers.
is horrible.
It lingers. I had
And
it
I'm
for
trying to
several
lose
weeks.
weight, and I'm trying to
Yeah, well, in this
be
case,
active.
it's got to be about calorie in and calorie out now.
But I like food.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the good news is you're disabled to the point where you shouldn't be going out and getting anything anyway.
Excellent call,
just-
John.
Can't go to Shucks now.
So just lay up and starve yourself.
Lots of
Don't
salads.
say that.
Well, you can.
Salad.
I'm going to Brazen Head today. I'm going to see Katie, and I'm going to have a Guinness.
Okay. All right. Well, the diet starts Monday.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's going to have to. Because
Yeah.
I got plans this week.
Yep. So here's the good thing, though. You don't need surgery for this. You just need rest.
Yep.
You know, but that sucks because you're trying to be active. I understand. Mm-hmm.
I got to take up a hobby. Take up like go-karting or something.
How
Go-karting.
What are you, 12?
you need your feet for that.
Oh, good call.
Well,
You
Matt.
do need
Or
your
Nick.
feet for
There's
that.
pedals.
Yeah, but I mean, can I not drive now? I drove
No,
today.
yeah. I mean, I still went for walks on Planner. It just sucked.
Yeah.
I'm in the
Get
like,
one of those hoverboards. You know, those. Little
Do you have a
hoverboards.
membership to any gyms? You could go swimming. When I had planners, that's what I did. I went swimming.
That's good.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's also a place called the Missouri River. Too.
Swimming is great for burning calories. In terms of like calories burned per minute for like an activity, swimming is up there.
When I was working part-time in Chicago, I would swim a lot.
There you go.
Part of the reason I did that was I was not good at swimming. I knew how to swim.
Wow, you're
I
being very defensive.
I
Do not
knew-
put it on the internet.
I don't
Okay,
know how to
can I be
swim.
real with you? I
yeah.
told the
can't.
girl that I was going out with that I wasn't good at swimming, and she was like, "Did you have to learn how to swim at the age of 21?" And I told her I didn't have to learn how to do it, but I had to get better at it, or I was doggy paddling when I was 22 years old, and it gave her the ick.
That's pretty tough.
She did not like that I was not a good swimmer, and so she did not want to go out with me anymore.
I mean,
She sounds.
So
That's a weird.
She sounds
thing
kind of
to-
shallow. I
Yeah.
feel like
She
you
was a-
dodged a
she
bullet.
was
Sounds
a
very
piece
speaking of
work.
shallow, that's the end of the pool Matt has to hang out in. 'Cause I
Nice.
can't swim.
No, I can swim. I
Matt makes
learned.
submerged, writes Chance.
I was at a friend's birthday party when I was like, I don't know, 7, 8, and it was at the rec center. Everybody
Or
was
it
swimming.
6, 7?
Nice. I was hanging out in the shallow end, which was fine. I had friends in the shallow end. We were just chilling.
Definitely.
And then some of them went over there, and one of the friends' parents is like, "Oh, why don't you go down there?" And I'm like, "I can't swim." I was like, "Oh, well, I could help you with that." Then he grabs me and starts trying to throw me in, and I start freaking out
Classic
because
Nick.
I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
This person I've never met is trying to throw me into the deep end of a pool,
Mm.
and then they looked at me like I was the weird one.
I'd be really disappointed if my parents never did swimming lessons. I'm really happy. I feel like
didn't
that's
do-
like a basic skill that everybody should
I
know
didn't
how to
do
do.
swimming lessons.
That's honestly surprising, just knowing what I know about your family.
What do you know about my family?
Things you've told me about them.
What about my family would
Well,
make
the
you think?
the idea in his family was you send your enemies to the bottom of the lake.
That's
So
true.
you don't want them.
Well,
Oh.
I mean,
You just
we
like-
are. Can I be? We're Cuban. It's just assumed we all know how to swim.
Okay, you're making this racist. I wasn't.
How
That's
am I
racist.
making this racist?
You brought up race immediately.
Well, yeah, because one of my
Well, technically, he
relatives,
brought up a nationality.
That's
yeah,
true. My bad.
one of my relatives did make that swim. So you would think that would pass down to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not how it works.
Racist.
You
I
have,
don't know.
Nice.
you have to learn how to do it.
Well, I really was committed to learning how to do it at the age of 22.
Okay, so you
At
can
the
do
age
it.
of 22.
You keep saying you
Yeah.
can do it. So
No, I told you that I know how to swim. I
Okay,
made that
so
very
then you should go to
clear.
the gym. This is what you can do. You can
yes,
swim.
yes.
we don't have a lap pool. We have like a pool in the apartment, but like all the little kids are in there.
All right. Well, get a gym
All the
membership.
time.
There's a problem with the pH
Good
balance
amount,
in the
yeah.
pool.
Mm,
There
We'll
is
go
no
early
H.
in the
It's
morning when they're
pH.
not out there.
I don't. The first place I go every morning is here. I'm not doing anything in the morning that isn't
you
work.
could become a morning guy.
I hate the mornings.
You could become one. You should try waking up at like 4:30. Have you ever done that?
No, I woke up at 4:15.
You should wake up at 4:15. You could get so much done. You could accomplish so much.
I used to get so much done.
And then think about it. You get home and you're tired. Take a nap. That'd be
No, I
perfect.
don't know. No, that's exactly what I'm fighting against.
But if you are doing the workout in the morning, then it's a nice reward for the end of the workday.
A nice reward at the end of the workday is called
It's
a
shucks.
Guinness.
I know.
okay?
I know. Okay.
It's called a $4.50
What do
margarita.
you want from me, Matt? You're like, I don't want to.
Oysters.
I don't want to eat and drink.
Oysters.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you. Oh, but I want to eat.
But I
and
want to
drink.
eat and drink. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't. talk to you.
I don't want to be fat, but I want to do fat things.
Yeah, well,
Well,
sometimes
I
we've
mean,
had dumb
that's-
debates where it's like
That's the world.
you could stay your perfect weight, you can eat whatever you want or whatever else. And everyone often picks the food
Someone
item.
texted in that they didn't think I weighed 200 pounds, and I think that was just them trying to get me to admit I weigh 200 pounds. 212.
I was going to say 212. You told us this earlier this week. A lot of weight talk with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's become my personality. I'm
What-
becoming insufferable.
When becoming.
What did I say?
Ah,
No, I was agreeing.
Did I say becoming?
No, you said it right. I was making a joke about, now you're becoming insufferable. That was the joke.
Yeah.
I was beating John to the punch. When
You
we
sound
were,
like the Red Sea Scrolls.
when we were in Vegas, we all, Nick, Happer, and myself,
Mhm.
remember that? We stepped on the scale, Nick.
We did.
Yeah, and you and Happer had some funny reactions to stepping on the scale.
I don't even
What-
remember what mine said.
What was the scale like? Did you step on? You're like, no, we need an actual person.
No, I
to
knew.
step
I
on
mean,
the
it was like,
scale.
that's what I weigh. I wasn't surprised, but like, just there was lots of jokes being cracked. Was that the first time or the second time we went there?
That was the second time, I
Oh,
think, because I think that was Tall Beers night.
Oh, what a great night that was. John, are you talking to the Creighton people about us joining you there? Hashtag bring the zone to Vegas.
Yeah,
No,
can we get this going,
haven't-
please?
Okay, well, first of all, the last time it happened, it was a Circa deal.
Yeah.
You got to talk to the people at Circa.
Nick, hit up Mr. Circa.
I don't know if they like me anymore.
Why don't they
What?
like you?
I don't know.
Did you win too much?
No.
He wouldn't shut up about the tight money line splits.
They're great tight money line splits when
Yeah,
they,
they don't-
were telling
You're
me
a
to.
teaser better, aren't you? You like teasers, don't you? You're a teaser guy.
No,
I don't think Nick knows what teaser means.
I'm not a teaser guy.
You don't like being teased?
No,
Well, you tease those cars every night when you go ahead. And you
I'm
make
not
your new-
teasing the car. I'm telling the car exactly what I'm doing to it, and then I do it.
You're like, look at you, Chevy Impala. All
I'm
your
throwing
nice
you in the deep end of the
curves.
pool, Chevy Impala.
Yeah.
Whee!
It's a Nissan R32 Skyline.
Oh my
please.
God,
Mm.
you Chevy Chevelle.
Mm.
Look at there's brown bits at the bottom of the pan.
Odson writes on the YouTube chat.
Oh, my producer.
Maybe now follow me on this. The drinking is preventing the weight loss. Oh, there are calories in
mean,
alcohol.
Yeah.
People forget.
Try to curtail the drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink a lot. Monday through Thursday.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
It has to be
You
an
don't
everyday
stop gaining
thing.
weight on the weekend.
Yeah.
I think you do.
No.
I
yeah,
think there's an embargo.
Again, I think,
I think
this
it's like
is part of
I
your
think it's like
problem.
that one straight everybody's talking about. We just shut it down on the weekend.
And that's what's happening with your weight.
Yeah, I just tell my metabolism to keep up, kid.
Wow. I never thought about it that way.
I tell my liver, I go, you're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
What a trooper.
This is a bad conversation to have for you because it's Thursday right now. We're getting very close to the weekend.
Yeah.
And there's a horsey race this weekend that you're probably going to have booze with.
Oh.
You got your favorite horse.
I mean,
for
if
this
there was
weekend?
ever one to skip, this would be the one. I mean, there's no intrigue in this race whatsoever.
Crupper.
I got a
Crupper?
question for you,
Well,
Matt.
we're going to do a lot of tight Zactas, tight high money Zactas.
Here, I have
Is
a
that
question.
like a money line split?
No, it's a limited amount of horses, but it's Zacta 1-2 finish. We'll box them and then we'll bet a lot on it so we can get the first second.
Matt, let me ask you a question.
Mr.
So if
Horse.
I were to bet, so lines came out for week 1 of the NFL today, right? If I were to
Jeez.
bet, yeah. If I were to bet, the Cowboys are -2.5 against the Giants. So if I were to bet on
That's it?
the
Where's
Dallas
the game?
Cowboys,
Where's the game?
it's in
being
New
played?
York. It's on the road. So if I were
I'll
to bet,
take Giants plus 2.5
okay,
all day.
let me continue with the example. and
What's
then
the
I'll ask-
over under?
I mean, honestly, I can probably tell you that.
Well, you would think what, like 44.5?
Actually, I
probably
think
my
that's
guess.
what the number was.
If I had to guess,
48.5.
48 and a half. All right,
Okay,
we'll go
so
with an
any-
under and Giants
Okay.
plus 2.5.
So if the line moves, let's say that one of the Giants players, or maybe half the roster, like decides that they're quitting football, the line would move. The
Yeah.
line would move. It would be Dallas -10.5. But I have a ticket that is Dallas -2.5. Why in horse racing? If I get a horse at 13-1 and then he becomes the favorite, I don't have the ticket at 13-1. That seems unfair.
You want to know why?
Yeah. Why is horse racing operate in a way that literally no other sports betting does?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. There you go.
I have no idea.
Hey.
I think it's stupid.
Uh,
I think that's ridiculous.
I agree.
If you buy the
So-
ticket, like because I don't horse race bet, but I did one time.
Horse race bet.
Yeah, I don't bet on horses.
There you go.
And the line moved against me, and then that horse won. So I was like, oh, I would have won more money, but the line moved or the odds moved, and I got very frustrated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that seems very crooked.
But you can.
I agree. Thank you, John.
Well-
the point is, you get it. You
Sorry that I'm a ball knower.
you bet
Horse
on
knower.
something.
Hoof knower.
just because one person who also doesn't bet horses agrees with you doesn't mean you're a bull knower.
But every other sports betting operates one
It
way.
has nothing to
Okay,
do about
but-
knowing ball.
but
It's
some
about
people
what's
would-
what's
But
in.
some people would argue that, like, why does horse racing have to follow a standard when they are the first ones? You know what I'm
What
saying?
if the standard
Like,
is
you're basing your argument is just being based on something that happened after horse racing has existed.
You know, the Confederacy had a standard too.
Whoa, Matt, you are pro Confederacy? Yikes. This is gross. Matt.
You don't see the illogic in that. If I bet you right now, hey, I think the Rams are going to beat the Bears this week. We just go straight up. And then 3 days from now, it's like, well, now you got to give me 7 points. No.
Yeah, that
we
would
bet
make any
you,
sense.
We bet you now. We
Mhm.
bet right now.
Some would make the argument that, you know, you do like, as much as you may not benefit from betting a horse at certain odds and those odds go down and then you don't get paid out. You could also make the argument that what if you like bet a horse in advance and then you find out, oh, he didn't eat his breakfast today, or he's got like or you bet a horse and
Shouldn't have bet on him.
Yeah, shouldn't have bet on him.
It can go the other way.
It
Wait,
can
what's
go
the
the that's the whole
breakfast
point
thing?
of gambling. It's trying
The horse
to.
didn't have his
stop.
bacon and
Nick,
eggs.
He had an eggs Benedict, and
I can't
He
really.
has the boops now.
He's
It's
got
just what the lines move the other way. I don't
not the
really
poops.
care.
damn it, why do you have the breakfast
Damn
burrito?
the poops.
Can I be real with you? I don't care. I really don't care whether about the horse lines.
It's
and how they
Thursday.
move.
Good job.
I really don't.
I don't care.
This is not a
Nice.
I
I have
really.
two I don't
I don't
cares.
agree. I don't disagree. It's just the nature of the game. I don't know why they do it. I really don't have any questions.
Don't like it.
I
Don't
really.
like it.
Well, you want to know a benefit. This is what I do. I'll be standing at a counter and I'll be watching the odds. So you watch the odds and you know if you're good at horse betting. Hey, this Golden Tempo was 36-1 a couple of days before. He won the Kentucky Derby. The day of the Kentucky Derby, he started off at 28-1. By the time he got to the gate, he was 23-1. What does that indicate to you? Money's coming in on Golden Tempo. There's a lot of sharp money that is moving that line
Sure,
down and
sure.
down. Watching the money is something you do in horse racing. If you're
Well,
watching
you also watch it in foot. You can watch it in football too.
yeah, you can, but then, you know, I'm just saying, you can do it live and you go, oh my God, this horse went from being 29-1, he's all the way down to 22-1. That means a ton of money's coming. Let me run up to the counter before they open up the gates to go and place my bets. But what you guys are talking about is actually a big controversy in horse racing because there are these automated algorithms that are now putting in a
The
ton of
algo.
money into certain horses and completely moving the lines while the race is going on. And so to Josh's point, they're auto betting these things
Auto
right
betting.
before they open up the gate. And so there was a horse that ran 2 races before the Derby that went from like 15-1 to like 7-1 right before the gates released because this algorithm bet a lot of money. So some people are very upset about that. Why they do it, I don't know. Whether or not they continue to do it, I don't care. It's a Thursday. Playing into the bet. Into the bit.
Mm.
Probably would be more logical if they did.
Thank you. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was actually looking for an answer, not really like.
I
your
don't
opinion
know.
on
I
it.
have no idea why. A lot of horse racing is done. It's just that's what my grandfather told me to do, so I do it.
Okay.
It's just been a crooked enterprise and remains a crooked enterprise.
Whoa,
That
this
is very true.
Man, the angle on that is weird. Like,
Hang
you
on,
can
what
see
is it?
just this game. Like I think I have found as I've watched more college baseball this year, I really don't like the angle at some of these ballparks. It's just so
Well, it's
low.
because it's. I mean, they're not built
like
for
you're just seeing the second baseman's ass.
I thought Minnesota played at the football field.
early season tournaments. They do,
Ah.
but they have their own field. We're watching the Minnesota-Nebraska
Yeah.
game, which still, even though they moved the time, Big Ten Network did not decide to put on another edition of Big
Look
Ten.
at this. You can just see his butt.
That's a terrible angle.
It's horrible. I feel like it's underground. I feel like we're shooting up almost.
I mean, it's a little lower than what you see in the major leagues.
Jordan says Matt says yes to Southern gerrymandering.
Whoa. I
Wow.
also saw there was another comment.
Matt mixed states rights.
That's what the one.
Have you ever felt bad for Mr. Gerrymander?
Yeah, seriously, a lot of
everyone's just
I couldn't
talking
agree
about
more.
him in such a negative way. It's
That
like,
is-
dude, it's not my fault.
people
Well, it's
attribute
like that guy Will. Everybody always fires at him.
people attribute some of the worst aspects of our society
Will.
to gerrymandering. They really do. That's like
Yes.
a big in sociology minor, no big deal. We spent a whole like 2 weeks on gerrymandering and how it's affected our lives. You
On
know?
your show?
No, not on my show. When I was in college.
Sorry, I was reading comments. There's somebody. Nick made
No,
somebody.
for the people who listen to USC and don't listen to Middays with Matt, we do not talk about gerrymandering on the show. We actually talk about women in the 90s.
Nick made someone.
Gerrymander Mondays, by the way. We need to bring that bit
All right,
back.
we'll start that on Monday with Severe. Nick made someone. I'm following our old boss Dave Tepper from the Unsportsmanlike account. Nick made someone really, really mad.
Nick did?
Nick made someone pissed
When?
today. So he's
saying what?
welcome to a Thursday Grum. Robin Washut joins the Grum to
I
share
see.
some
Yeah,
Husker takes.
Yeah.
Roar of the Crowd joins as well.
Yeah.
The Big Ten has its next target.
Yeah.
Rule and Mr. Yogurt aren't on the same page. Calls or texts us, blah, blah, blah. To which Zach responds on the Liquid Trucking Zone Twitter feed. Glad we're treating our AD like he's a loser, space, period. Effing miserable program. Sorry, I mean program.
I mean,
Hey,
at least
he
he
got
program
you.
right.
He got you.
Thanks for calling us the program.
Why
Thanks for
is
knowing
he,
that.
it sounds like he's the one calling the AD a loser.
Yeah, that's actually true.
None of what I said, I just said.
Some
they did.
people
I mean, do you
do
think
not-
Mr. Yogurt is an endearing name?
Some people
His last
do-
name's Danis.
Some people hate that we call him Mr. Yogurt.
would these some people be people that have anonymous accounts on a certain message
It
board?
wouldn't surprise me with Zach. Zach seems to go through fits and spurts where he likes the show a lot and then despises every fiber of our being. He follows us, so like he obviously
That
likes
happens.
us.
I mean,
One
Yeah.
day you go from having lunch with somebody and then they call you a 23-year-old
I mean,
hack.
did these
I
same
didn't say
people
that.
also hate us for using the moose noise every time we talked about
Excellent question.
the other?
I don't know why
athletic-
people hate yogurt. I mean, I don't like eating yogurt, but I think it's a
I
funny,
like yogurt.
I think it's a funny
Yogurt is overrated.
I like yogurt when it's mixed with like Oreos.
Max writes Troy Dannon is a loser.
somebody.
I don't think. I don't think he's a loser.
Tay
Somebody
says, "I
came
hate
up
you
to me. Someone came up to me at the Tiburon Golf League, and they were like, "Are you and Severe okay?"
Why?
They were
Would
like-
you-
Well,
'cause-
we just were yelling at each other in our.
oh, I
interview.
listened to it. Yeah,
and
yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, "Are you guys good?
Mm.
Are you fine?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're totally okay."
Trent, I feel like Happy Husker Week isn't going to make it another
Dude.
day.
I am laughing my ass off listening to Happy Husker Week.
Mm.
This week's edition of Happy Husker Week.
Is that your John Bishop?
It's so good.
Well, it is. It's Happy Husker Week, and we're gonna enjoy more Happy Husker stuff today.
Is this counter programming to the Baby Back Bitches Monday?
the what?
Wow, someone's not a fan of
You
the-
don't. Are you one
Middays
of the
with
people
Matt.
who listen to Unsportsmanlike Conduct but don't listen to Middays with Matt?
Well, I didn't realize you did a bit called. What is it called? When do you do it?
Baby Back Bitching Monday.
But when is that? Like when on Monday?
Oh, 12:45.
You thought he was doing a,
Oh,
a
yeah.
Nick Grimm. When's that? Oh, it's on Tuesday.
Nice.
Get it?
Good bit.
Did you do your pod last night?
I did.
Nice.
No.
Talking about
It's,
Max
it's where
Verstappen.
we predict what we will be bitching about
Ah,
in Husker
I
football.
apologize.
We started Baby Back Bitching Monday last Monday, and we were like, "Oh my god,
Baby back, baby
this
back,
has got
baby back.
legs!" Because everybody's mad at each other.
That's true.
And then
A lot of
we
big
do
mad- a
Baby
lot of
Back
mad.
Bitching Monday, and then what comes on in the Grum to begin the week? It's Happy Husker Week. I'm like, no, you're supposed to be mad at everybody.
We already did Fire Matt Rule Week.
John writes, Dan
You did Fire Matt Rule Week.
Fire Matt Rule.
That
John
was
writes,
not mine.
Dannon is definitely a loser. Rules extension was one loser helping out another.
What do you guys mean that they're not on the same page? What was that? What's that about? Are they not on the same page?
Well, I have found it interesting that everything Rule says about NIL, like Dannon definitely seems to disagree with. Like,
When
he
did that
it-
happen?
Well, I mean, it's happened a few times lately, but it happened again today. Nick,
Well, Dannon's saying you can't believe everything you hear in terms of
Oh, and then Rule being
The-
like,
the-
we got to
the
catch
roster.
the
up.
Believe
rosters
what I-
are very real.
right, but then Rule said, yeah, I mean, it does. It does.
I just find it interesting.
it does oppose each other to
I
a
guess,
degree.
I guess it's interesting. I've never thought of it that way. I just think it's just two guys in two very different positions who have to have different remarks on top of that. And
I don't think they have to have different remarks.
Well, Rule. I mean, Rule should never stop asking for money. Like,
No one
from you.
disagrees with that.
No,
Like
no.
he's got to keep asking for money, but then also like Dannon at times does have to play a little defensive to be like, hey, it's not all our fault. We can't get all.
Well, that's
the
not what he said though. He said that he doesn't know if he should believe some of the numbers that are out there.
Well, doesn't that kind of play into his hand of not being at the top though? Like, oh, I don't believe everything you hear that everybody else is outspending us.
Oh, so you're saying when he says that he's
deflecting a little
Nebraska's doing a really good job.
bit. I think he's deflecting. Like, don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe $50 million rosters.
That's
you
what, okay. Now I'm confused.
No, you're not.
I'm confused because those are real though.
Those numbers are real,
$50 million rosters. Those are real.
but he's saying they're not real.
I know, and Rule is saying they're real. So that's where again
Sure.
they're talking past
I
each
guess,
other a little
but
bit.
I don't. Once again, that's what I'm saying. I don't look at them as two guys talking about the same thing, or I don't look at them as two guys like disagreeing with each other. I think they're just in different positions where it's more they got to communicate a certain way. I don't think they're
Why?
off script.
Why?
Because why would Matt Rule not stop asking for money and
No.
not still be like, hey, give me more money? And why would he not play into these rosters exist? We need to exist with them. Give us more money. Why would he not stop playing into that?
I agree, but when Dannon says don't believe everything you hear, when I heard that quote last night, I'm thinking, so is he saying that those types of rosters don't exist? He doesn't need to say that. Because again, I think that they do exist.
I don't read into it too much.
Okay.
But you can. I mean,
I'm not reading into it. I'm just saying they seem
I
to
don't read into it.
talk past each other a little bit.
It does seem a little contradictory.
It
And I
that's all
also
I'm
think
saying.
that both can be true.
But I didn't call him an idiot like Nick did.
I also didn't call
Or
him
loser,
an idiot.
sorry,
Or
loser.
a loser.
Loser.
Nothing that I typed said anything about him being a loser.
I thought nicknames were fun. We used to in America love nicknames.
We did.
We loved nicknames, and now you can't call a guy with the name Dan and yogurt.
Are you really talking to the guy who just got called Matt McStates Rights?
Well, that's different. Yours is just like your last name, and then
are you not
changes.
states' rights?
I don't know what I am, John.
No, okay.
I'm trying to find that out.
Confederacy
looking.
McMaster.
Okay, that is a
Matt
bad
Nick
one.
Confederacy.
Matt McConfederacy.
If you don't know if you're a states' rights guy or not,
Matt
I mean, when I
McSouth
hear,
will rise again.
oh, is that what you're
Matt
saying?
McSouth will rise again.
That's not that good.
That's pretty good.
That was a cackle. You just cackled there.
Yeah.
He's in a good mood today, Matt.
Yeah.
I got to keep him there.
I don't know if I'm in a good mood. I'm just here.
You got
Yeah.
baseball on. You're in a great mood.
Well, there's a lot of
It's
baseball.
your favorite
on.
sport.
There's a lot of
baseball.
baseball on.
I know, and we're watching Nebraska, Minnesota.
Or
And
how about we
apparently-
watch the qualifying for the 24 hours of Nuremberg?
I thought you.
Nuremberg
Oh,
rain.
Nuremberg's back in the news.
Yeah.
I thought you loved. I thought you loved college baseball. You do a segment on Tuesday.
That's right. This is college baseball.
In
true.
January, when the sport's about to begin, all you do is fawn over it, and now we have it on, and you're like, "Could we watch qualifying?
Well, Max Verstappen is breaking records and doing historic
Do it
things.
on your laptop or computer or whatever." Yeah, or your phone. Yeah, okay.
I can't believe I have plantar fasciitis.
You'll be fine. Seriously,
It happens to all of us.
It does, and then you'll be fine. You just can't do anything.
But
for
I'm
a
trying to
while.
have a hot College World Series, a hot Matt College World
Matt,
Series.
it's time to give up on some of those dreams.
You can just have a Matt College World Series.
There you go.
I hate to tell you this, but you're not going to play in the College World Series.
No, I want to be hot at the College World Series.
Well, I've got good news. It's usually what, 90?
Yep. Just stand outside. You'll be
He's-
plenty hot.
Yeah, you're gonna be toasty.
Especially if you're wearing,
Mm-mm.
you're still wearing sweatshirts.
Yeah, I
at
got to
that
take
point.
my other psoriasis shot today, so I can
See if they have a planner shot as well.
a planner shot.
A
Are
plantar
you
fasciitis shot.
taking that medicine that sounds like a Harry Potter spell?
Rizaskism.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Sky Rizzy. Nothing is everything.
Every time I see that commercial, I think of you.
Whoa.
Otson writes a Matt College World Series where you keep both feet on the floor and not put one in a chair for the video
Yeah.
stream to see.
You
But that-
absolutely keep both feet
But
planted.
it might actually, if I still have plantar fasciitis, it actually might be good for me to keep my foot elevated during the show.
No, planner. You don't need it to be elevated. You'll be fine.
Just do what he said and get a frozen water bottle and roll it under
Seriously,
your foot.
you'll be surprised at how good that feels.
I'm gonna watch Memento today.
Okay, you've been saying that all week. I look forward to your
Thank
review.
you.
All right. There you go. That's the crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha, everlevelconcrete.com. R.I.P. to Matt's foot.
Oh, he'll be fine. He'll learn how to walk without a foot.
You guys just think I'm acting.
Hey, you could use that chair as your own little
Again.
like pusher.
Two out of us
Yeah.
three have had planners. We know what it's like.
Use the
Yep.
C&T chair.
It's not fun, man.
Yeah,
It
you
sucks.
can use the C&T chair as like your own little
You can use it for a
scooter.
variety of things.
Is my
Yes, it is.
I used the umbrella that was at the front of the back door as a cane today.
Wow.
Oh, that's very penguin of you.
Nice reference.
1620 the zone.
KOZN. Unsportsmanlike conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO. Don't miss a moment, they'll give you your fix. They're on every day from 2 until 6. Spend your afternoons with John, Josh, and Nick. John, Josh, and Nick. They'll show you what sports talk really is.
Okay, Thursday.
Oh man, it's great to be here.
Thursday, and we got live college baseball on our TV.
Yeah, we do, Nick.
A very important game.
A sport you love.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on 1620 The Zone. Husker Athletics, Creighton, and yes, UNO.
Now, Josh, I know you don't realize this because you're a freak, but it's possible to love more than one sport.
I love more than one sport. Love the NBA playoffs.
See, but that's not loving a sport. That's only loving an event in a sport. That's not loving a sport.
That's like saying you love hamburgers, but what you really like is the tiny piece of onion in the hamburger.
I mean, so I do.
Good point.
That's not true. It'd be like a large piece of bacon. So do I only love football? Is
Yeah,
that
but
what you're
this
saying?
year's bacon is a weaker bacon than we've seen in recent bacon.
That Nick's bacon's pretty solid. That Nick's bacon is pretty solid.
Yeah, Nick's bacon is kind
It's pretty
of
solid.
chewy and
Pretty solid.
not that good.
So wait, I like the baseball playoffs. I don't love the baseball playoffs. I guess I don't. I only like
No. It's okay. You love an event, but you can't say you love a sport if you don't love the sport.
Okay. Maybe I only love football then.
We know you only love football.
I love football. I like other things.
Then why don't you want a 2014 playoff, Josh? Do you not love?
Excellent question, John. I would love more games in December that matter. That sounds awesome.
If this year's NBA playoff field were bacon, it would be the kind of bacon that you get at like
From a dude in an alley.
the kind that comes in the continental
alley
breakfast
bacon?
buffet
Oh, that bacon
at like-
sucks.
at like the Holiday Inn Express.
That
kinda-
bacon is so disappointing.
It kind of
is.
looks like the toy bacon. Like you.
It
It's
does.
either like ultra
It's
thin.
like they drew the waves and lines on it.
It's either like ultra thin and it basically collapses in your mouth,
grab it
Yeah.
and it goes.
It
It
just
crumbles.
disintegrates.
or it's real soggy and
No in between.
almost you're almost afraid it's undercooked.
There's literally no in between.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Bacon. Yeah, it's such a bummer. It's a very big bummer. Blue JR6 writes, it's turkey bacon. Turkey bacon sucks.
I don't know if I'm anti-turkey bacon. I don't
It's not
know.
very good.
I might have had it once.
I've had it two
I've
It
had
times.
depends
turkey
on
jerky.
it depends
It's pretty good.
on how it's made. It can be good.
Mhm.
It's not as good as the OG. The best turkey bacon cannot outdo the best bacon.
I'd rather have the weird hotel bacon than turkey bacon.
My dad used to like to make
I
things
don't know
with
about
ground
that.
turkey.
I don't like the weird hotel bacon.
Yeah.
I usually just avoid that and go straight to the sausage.
Yeah.
If there is sausage.
Yeah.
If there's no sashes,
Then it's not a protein breakfast.
then
My
it's
dad loves turkey
not a
sausage.
protein breakfast.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the Grum Down is here.
Great to be here.
Nice.
Final regular season weekend. It starts a day early. Did you know that Creighton is playing their game at the home of the Cincinnati Reds today?
I didn't.
You
Wow.
can listen to it on Yacht Rock 1180.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn's there.
Have we been doing road games this year?
Glenn's doing this road game.
Okay.
It was
Interesting.
a special request, and we said absolutely.
Just this game or the whole series?
As of now, only this game.
Yeah, well, because Xavier's home ballpark is
Oh, wait. So they're going to be back at Xavier's ballpark tomorrow?
yes.
So he just wanted to call a game at a major league ballpark? Is he checking off a box? Is that what's going
I
on?
have no idea.
And this is not being critical. It's
I don't
more
know.
a little confusion.
I mean, he's doing it.
What time's that at? 5?
Approximately 4:00.
4 o'clock. All right. Should we do check-ins?
We can do
Can
check-ins.
we do check-ins, Nick? We can do check-ins, right?
We need to
that.
do check-ins.
That sounds awesome.
because unfortunately we won't be able to see it.
How come?
because it's on like Xavier's own.
Mm.
Unless you have a subscription to Xavier Plus or whatever the internet they have.
It's not on ESPN Plus?
Apparently not.
What? They don't have a Xavier John Bishop and a Xavier Connor Happer?
Well, they do, but they just don't work for ESPN Plus.
Wow, that's pathetic. Welcome to the Big East, I guess.
I know.
Man, never would happen around here.
Dannon, or as he has been dubbed on this show, Mr. Yogurt.
And it's not an insult.
No, it's just
It's his last name sounds like the name of the people that make yogurt.
If his name was
not that
Troy Yoplay, you damn bet you we'd be calling him Mr. Yogurt.
Yeah.
We got to be fair. If we're going to do it, if his last name was Yoplay, we got to do it if it's Dannon.
Yeah.
Or what's other yogurts?
Activia.
What's that Greek one? Chobani.
Chobani.
His last name was Chobani. You dang right we'd be calling him Mr. Yogurt.
If his last name
If
was
his last name
Sanders,
was Whopper, we'd be calling him Mr. Burger.
if his last name was Sanders, we'd call him the Colonel. Or we call him Mr. Chicken.
Chicken.
Not every like it's weird how some people hear what we do and they're like, oh, you're probably saying this and this and this about him. It's like, that's strange that you took our comment and made it about some really weird crap.
Mm-hmm.
We are just trying to have a little bit of fun on the show.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about Mr. Yogurt later today.
Robin Washit. We call him the Colonel.
We do actually. That's true.
Because he
Colonel.
I wonder, what? No other horses are running in this horse race this weekend.
Apparently not.
Maybe he can get
Can I go
Wildfire.
run? Maybe I'll go run.
You're good at that.
Nate Rohr.
Nice.
We
that's
call
why we call him Dinosaur.
We call him Mr. We call him Mr. Lion.
Yep, exactly. Oh, I bet that's an insult too to some.
Going to preview the Husker softball regional. Did you see
The hell are
that
regionals?
friend of the Grum, Bill Conley, did a big old write-up about the softball regionals?
What?
Yeah.
There is
And
a
I
lot
have
of
graphs and charts.
Do you really?
Well, a graph and a chart.
You have one singular graph.
I have a graph and a chart.
There's a lot of crossover with college football media and softball. Stuart Mandel did a whole preview of the tournament today. I wonder what it is, but some college football people love softball, but yet they don't really care about baseball. What's up with your sport, Nick?
Do they?
Yeah, seriously. I'm not even kidding. Mandel picked the whole tournament. He has Nebraska making it to the championship and losing to Texas Tech. Yeah.
24, the playoff nobody wanted.
An excellent graphic coming your way from my pal John Bishop. He got on
Did you like that one?
I sent it to somebody and we had a good chuckle about it. You could probably guess who I sent it to.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
nice
must
job,
be
Nick.
PGA Championship week because it's time for I don't care.
Oh, we were watching that earlier.
I don't care.
I love the
Okay,
PGA Championship.
would you rather
I'm getting more into
watch
golf lately.
a minor major or a major college baseball?
I mean,
regular
honestly,
season game?
I'd rather watch the major. But I'm happy to watch baseball because I love baseball. I love other sports other than football.
Name other sports.
Basketball. I already said I love the
Name
NBA
them
playoffs.
all.
Also, I love basketball. Basketball as a sport is an awesome sport. I'm a huge fan of basketball.
Why do you always knock it when we talk about college basketball?
There's just some missed shots from time to time.
Yeah, that's college basketball.
and you've been watching these NBA playoffs. A lot of missed shots there too.
A lot of makes.
A lot of mediocre play.
Well, in some games there has been.
It doesn't get boring to you that everybody they can shoot and you know they're going to make it?
I mean, it's still
Is that not boring?
No, it's pretty exciting.
Where's the drama?
I mean, they
The
miss.
anticipation.
They miss. Nick,
Plus,
they're
there's
not
all
perfect.
the flopping and the foul baiting.
Yeah.
It's just
You like the flopping and
distasteful.
flooping?
No,
very distasteful.
down with the Thunder. I'm with you guys on that.
It could have been Bo.
Paulini?
No. Pribula or Pribula.
Pribula.
Or Pribula. Or I've heard it said many different ways. That was something that came out of the Calandria story this week. It could have been Bo.
Yes, and there was also the things that Calandria said about Nebraska's skill players that we didn't get into yesterday.
And
either.
we will.
Awesome.
Is Creighton volleyball coach Brian Rosen insane?
Wow.
First, you call a guy named Dan and Yogurt, and
Yeah.
now you call a coach insane. Wow.
I think that's more damning.
Nick, take a
Come
screenshot
on.
and share it with that
Come
guy
on,
who's
White
really mad.
Knighters.
Yeah.
Where are you now?
Yeah.
Well, come on, message board White Knighters. I just called a local coach insane.
Classic John hating the
Or at
Blue
least
Jays.
I just asked the question. Is he insane?
Just asking questions.
And how many leak flashes will we get in the Grum?
I love it how you are so pissy about this all week long, and you, purveyor of the Grum Down, included it on the Grum Down. Now you have to allow for every leak flash.
I don't have to allow.
Then why'd you put it on the Grum Down?
I mean, you're going to do it no matter if I want it or not.
I saw recently Joey Skedge, as we call him now. He put out there was a Panthers leak flash, and it was like 10 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, shocking. I can't believe that the whole schedule is going to be out before the schedule is released.
By
the way, got to agree with great friend of the program and regular Thursday football season guest Todd Furman, who tweeted out today.
Screw you both. God, you guys are.
Hey, he's a friend of ours.
You accuse me of not loving sports. Meanwhile, all John does is just complain.
Hold on.
This is weak sauce.
New resolution for next May before the NFL schedule is announced. Nobody should use the word leaked when games are being shared in an intentional format. That's true. That's true. Is it not? You can cry all you want, you dumbass Cowboy fan. He's right. He's right. It's not a leak. They're putting these out on purpose.
Well, you're the one who made it say leak flash.
Well, it's because it sounds funny. And you came up with the name.
It's a great name.
Sad
Husker fan, why does John hate football? Excellent question.
No, I love football.
Do you?
I love it. I love it in football season.
Interesting.
I love my seasons.
Joey Skedge writes on the YouTube chat, bah humbug, John.
It's not a leak. It's real. It's not. I mean, they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
To get people talking about it, and you keep falling for it.
It's awesome. It's a fun topic. Also, speing of fun
how much
topics,
is Raj paying you for this?
0. I wish he was paying me.
You should be.
I really wish
you should be getting paid.
Also, I had a great idea for a deep dive into Nebraska's schedule. I spent time last night doing the homework, and it's not very interesting. I'll explain later on.
Oh, really?
I'm like honestly bummed. I was like, this is going to be awesome. Last year, it was like a huge thing that we discussed, and then I did it, and I was like, okay, never mind. Kind of boring. And I'll explain why it's kind of boring later on. The topic won't be boring,
Josh
but the
Peterson,
answers...
schedule talk is boring.
No, I love schedule talk.
I can't believe you're calling the Huskers boring on Happy Husker Week.
I just got a text that said, I say this with love, please stop. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. What am I doing?
I don't know.
What did I do?
I don't know.
You called Dan an idiot.
No, I didn't. That was you.
No, I didn't.
You called him a loser. By the way, have you seen this story?
No, what?
Adam Schefter says that Micah Parsons is a candidate to be placed on the physically unable to perform list to start the season.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Well, he was famously injured, pretty bad knee injury. Meanwhile, all Chiefs fans are like, no, totally. Patrick will be totally fine by the beginning of the season.
Mahomes is
no
starting.
problems at all. Yeah.
He's definitely
when he's healthy.
Oh, Joey just sent a leak flash.
Oh.
Leak flash. It's time for an NFL schedule leak flash. Leak flash. From the leak flash leak desk.
October 4th, week 4. Broncos at 49ers, 425. Oh, baby.
Wow.
If that ain't a football game.
I'm just sad that after seeing all of these silly things, leak flash. I'm going to miss when we had great games on Sunday afternoons. Now that they're moving, seems like they move all the great games to the day before Thanksgiving, the day of Thanksgiving, the day before Christmas, Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot. Oh, by the way, again, I'm not teasing a boring segment. The results are boring, but the segment will be interesting. I will explain when we get there. You will see it when I unveil what I have studied.
So the excitement will be
in the segment.
In
us.
But the conclusion will be boring.
It's just surprisingly a nothing burger.
Are you going to make the joke I think you're going to make, John?
No, I'm just trying to think of like a movie analogy. So, for example, and I didn't see this movie, but the Royal Rumble movie where the dude snaps his fingers and half the world dies. if they would have just settled,
The Royal Rumble. Movie.
if they would have
He's
just,
talking about Endgame.
if they would have just settled that conflict by the guy who snaps his finger saying,
Thanos.
yeah, I'm kind of done now. I'm going to retire. See you later. And then
That's what he did.
That's exactly what
That's
he
actually
did.
what he did. But then some.
Oh my God!
That's
No wonder
literally
that
what
movie's so boring.
Mhm. That's what happened. But then
He retired.
He literally did.
Yeah.
He, at the end of one of the movies, he sat down and he goes, and then he was going to live his life.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and then somebody went and they chopped his head off.
He went to a planet. He wanted to live out the
Seriously.
rest of his days, and then Thor.
And then, yeah, but then time travel happened.
Man, I'm glad I didn't get into
See,
that.
I thought John was a lot nicer than I thought because I thought he was going to make a sex joke about you. Exciting at the time, but ultimately disappointing.
No, nobody would say that about me. It'll be a great segment. We'll get to it later.
We will. But it is Happy Husker Football Week. And as we go to break, here is today's Happy Husker Week factoid of the day.
There is no place like Nebraska. Dear old Nebraska, you.
This week, Unsportsmanlike Conduct presents Happy Husker Football Week. A week of celebration as we count down to the 2026 Nebraska football season. The last full season where patrons in the South Stadium will have to walk 96 steps to get to the nearest concessions and bathrooms. And now, Unsportsmanlike Conduct is very happy to announce today's Happy Husker Football Factoid of the Day.
The back half of Nebraska's 2026 schedule is daunting, with 3 college football playoff teams and the defending national champions showing up on the opposite sideline. In fact, the Indiana Hoosiers start this gauntlet October 10th in front of the Sea of Red in Memorial Stadium. Did you know, despite Indiana being one of the worst programs historically in college football history, the Huskers have a losing record against the Hoosiers? At one point, Nebraska 9 of 10 games to Indiana, with the only non-loss being in 1950. But the Huskers have the last win in Lincoln, a 35-21 decision in which Nebraska's special teams dominated the night. Look out, Indiana. The Big Red Machine is coming for you this October.
Happy Husker Football Week. Turn that frown upside down. The season is less than 4 months away. From your Happy Husker Football Week official radio program, Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone.
Hey, by the way, we have some exciting news.
Oh, what's that?
We have a new app.
Oh,
If you are looking for the Old Zone app, I mean, it's still there, but I would prefer that you would download the new Zone app. Go to 1620thezone.com to find out more, or just go to your favorite app store, wherever you download your apps, and search for 1620 The Zone, because we have a new app.
it's a great app.
It's a great app. It's a lot better than the Big Ten Conference right now. Shocking.
They would do another commercial.
Incredible.
What's going on?
We are going on at least 15 minutes
Yeah.
of a review.
No, it's now over 20.
Of a review at first base that involved a collision between Minnesota's fielder and Nebraska's base runner, who was bunting, who was sacrificing. And there was a collision. And I don't know why this review is taking this long.
It's very confusing.
It is perhaps this is peak Big Ten. A conference that does not care about baseball. And they obviously don't care if this game goes all night.
Well, they should, because remember, they had to move the game
Well, they
up.
had to move the game because of the weather. But anyway.
So Evan Bland tweeted 6 minutes ago that it was closing in on a 15-minute review. So that means we are now at 20 minutes. You could watch an entire episode of a sitcom, an old school sitcom, in the amount of time, an episode of Cheers or Seinfeld, The Office, Friends. No, don't do that. That's a waste of time. I'd rather just watch the umpires.
How I Met Your Mother.
Only the early seasons.
I am baffled as to why this is taking so long. Now at least two of the umpires are talking to Will Bolt, so I'm not sure what the deal is right now. But anyway, there's no score.
It's amazing, man.
In the third inning.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it for you. We'll let you know when they start playing again.
Oh, looks like they may actually be playing again.
All the reaction from the players is like, what's actually happening right now? Oh, my gosh.
So after all of that, nothing happened. The sacrifice.
I hope that guy feels like an idiot.
The sacrifice moved the man to second. There's one out. No one's on at first. So
incredible.
That was, again, peak Big Ten.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Did you see this? Did you hear about this? CBS did did a full 1 through 138
right? Yeah.
College football ranking.
Awesome. We've got to that time of the year, Nick.
Awesome.
Exact. No, say it a little more oomph.
Awesome.
Would you have you seen this?
I've not, no.
Would you like to guess where Nebraska is?
48.
Nick, would you take the over, or would you like a better ranking or a worse ranking than 48?
Worse.
What a moron. 35th.
35th.
Wow.
Just outside the top 25.
35th.
Sorry, I forgot that they were eighth overall in college football, according to that one other ranking.
Wedged between TCU and Auburn. Just looking here. Let's see if we can find some of Nebraska's. Well, let's see all the opponents that are ranked ahead of Nebraska on their schedule this year.
I feel like this will be pretty easy to guess.
Ohio
right?
State,
Indiana.
So
wait, tell me their numbers. Ohio State is 1.
Indiana's 6.
Okay, and then Oregon is going to be up there pretty high.
I didn't go in order. Oregon, so Ohio State 1, Oregon 3, Indiana 6.
All right, I'm guessing the next team on the list will be Iowa.
Looking. No.
Is it Washington?
Washington 19. Take that, Jack Mitchell.
And then Iowa.
Iowa 23.
And then Illinois
28.
And I do not believe anybody else will be in front of them. I don't think
nobody else on Nebraska's schedule is. Oh wait, no, there's Ohio. No, just kidding.
Nah. So that's 6 teams. 6 teams they view as better than Nebraska.
Is that 6 that we listed?
Yeah,
that is 6 that we listed.
Playoff teams and then the other 3.
That is 6 that we listed. Yeah.
Who's the next closest? Is it Michigan State?
They don't play Minnesota this year, right?
Nope. They don't play Wisconsin this year.
Don't play Northwestern. Don't play UCLA.
Nope.
Maryland.
Really? Maryland. Where are they?
51.
Okay. And then probably Michigan State. Unless they have Rutgers ahead of Michigan State, which again would also be strange.
The Rutgers 64.
Wow.
Michigan State 66, and the Huskers will get a run.
By the way, that took 25 minutes, and they made no change to the play.
Right.
Wild.
So there you go. By the way, if you're wondering about Old Ohio, because they will be the highest ranked, I think. Yeah, they'll be the highest ranked non-conference team, right? Who's the other non-conference? I keep forgetting. Is it it's Bowling
Green? North Dakota and Bowling Green.
Ohio is 101.
Bowling Green 118.
120.
Okay, and then
Northern
Dakota NA
will be not on this list.
Not applicable. Yeah.
So we were talking about this during the crossover a little bit.
Horsies.
Nope.
But Troy Dannon last night, they got on the subject of the arbitration case. Nebraska losing the arbitration case against NIL. Go!
Big shoes.
And the quote he had was, I see a lot of roster numbers out there floating around. He's talking about the dollar figures, $50 million rosters, etc. I see a lot of roster numbers out there floating around, and I don't believe a lot of them. But nonetheless, if School A touts that they're going to be able to provide their student athletes X, then Nebraska wants to be able, whether it does or doesn't pay, to have the same pathway to provide our athletes. I think we all have to take with a big grain of salt the things we read and hear. A lot of deals schools are saying they've done, but they have not passed through the system yet. And I'm not being Pollyannish. There's some people that frankly aren't paying attention to the rules, and we're not going to do that. We're going to follow the rules. That was Troy Dannon last night. Now, there's a couple of things in there. The first thing is what we talked about during the crossover, and that is you got to take it with a big grain of salt, the things we read in here. I see a lot of roster numbers floating around, and I don't believe a lot of them. To which, in a separate interview that Matt Rule did a couple of weeks ago, he said that the $30 to $40 million roster numbers banding about are, quote, very real and potentially underestimated.
Yeah, that's what he said when they did the stadium announcement a few weeks ago.
So it does appear that those opinions are contradictory. I mean, one guy's saying don't believe a lot of the numbers. Rule's saying believe the numbers and maybe they're underestimated.
And certainly the Husker Online stuff, which we have made reference to now, I think on like every show this week, which they reported last week on Husker Online, that 6 rosters are estimated this season to be above $50 million. Miami, Oregon, Ohio State, Texas Tech, Texas, and LSU. And then there's these ranges, right? Where it's like those schools are above 50. And then there's this $45 to $50 million group, et cetera, et cetera. And that Nebraska is at 29 million and is in a 25 to 30 range is where their roster is. And I mean, Sipple mentioned it when he talked to us a couple days ago. They've talked about it on their shows. They've written about it. Like I've heard similar numbers enough that I definitely think that this is the case, that this is where these rosters are. And Rule has talked about it a lot. He talked about going back into last season and the end of last season about $30 to $40 million rosters.
Right.
And of course now they have gone up in cost.
I think there's some plausibility what McMaster was talking about, because one guy's trying to get more money. The other guy's trying to kind of settle the conversation down about all the money and whether or not, because, Troy Dannon has got several mouths to feed. He has DBK and Fred and Will Bolt and Rhonda Revelle.
Is he giving him a licky Matt?
So I do understand where Matt is coming from with his point, but it is also contradictory that one guy is saying, absolutely, this stuff's real and it's spectacular. And another is saying, well, don't believe all of it. And I also believe, that is one of the biggest problems with this whole crooked enterprise of modern college sports is there's no verification. None.
Yeah, really what we're going off of right now is reporting in terms of like what Sean had on Husker Online. Sean
exactly.
Callahan. And, my own, like what I have heard from people. And I've made reference multiple times on the show over the last year or so to hearing something about Indiana football and their number and what I heard seems to very much fit in with a lot of the other reporting that we have seen around the sport, and their current number being much higher. But you're right. Like, all of this is, I don't want to say hearsay, because that just, it makes it sound like it's just a bunch of rumors and things like that. Like, I think that there is good reporting that has been done on this. I think that there is truth that is being done on this. That said, I understand why John will text in and say, when it comes to paying players and donor messaging, it makes complete sense for overestimating what you need and underestimating what you have.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. And a lot of other places are probably doing this.
Sure.
You know? And there is no central clearinghouse. There is no capologist. Well, I'm what I'm saying though is we know what the 49ers have to spend on a roster.
Mm-hmm.
And we know what they are under the cap.
Mm-hmm.
We know what the LA Dodgers have to spend and how much they've spent over the luxury tax. We know all these things. In college sports, we don't know anything. So there's a lot of BS out there. Now, some of it may be less BS-y than others, but it's out there.
Sure.
But it is interesting to hear the two sides just kind of go in completely different directions.
And that, like what I said earlier, I was not trying to be critical. It's just, I find it interesting that they're kind of saying different things. For the record, I side more with Matt Rule on this. I think he is telling the truth more than Dannon is telling the truth at this moment in time. And again, part of that is what I've heard. Part of it is knowing how Nebraska's class came together at the very end, and one player in particular, that there was extra money that had to get thrown into the pot to make sure that they landed that guy at the last possible moment. That stuff is real. If that wasn't happening, I don't think that they get this guy. Right. And if that's not happening, it has to happen, and rather in response to what's going on around the country.
I think the other part of it that's also very interesting is the last thing that he said. There's some people that frankly aren't paying attention to the rules, and we're not going to do that. We're going to follow the rules.
And that's something we've been talking about a lot lately.
They have, Nebraska and Dannon is leaning into, we're going to do this the right way, which is why they took their cases to court. Meanwhile, other schools are just saying, full steam ahead. You know, if everybody who's out here on the interstate is doing 15 over the speed limit, I'm going to do 15 over the speed limit because they can't pull us all over. And meanwhile, here's Nebraska, you know, tutting along in the slow lane.
Nice.
Abiding by the rules. And I asked this question the other day, but I wonder if some of this is to allow for some plausible deniability. So the ability to acknowledge that, yeah, we can't, because we don't have as many boosters as Ohio State. We don't have as many big money boosters as LSU. We can't afford it. So if we can lean into but we're playing by the rules and they're not, it can kind of soften the blow with a lot of folks who are just like, spend. Why can't we spend? If Indiana's got a $40 million roster, how the hell can Indiana have a $40 million roster and we only have $29 million? And to try to settle some of those folks down to say, but they're doing it illegally, we're doing it legal.
So 2 questions then off that. One, if the season arrives and you're not very good again, is this going to make you feel warm and fuzzy? And 2, if nobody gets in trouble for this, how does that lessen the blow at all, or does that just make you angry?
Sure.
Because if you're like, we're playing by the rules, I think the implication with that would be, and so other people will get in trouble for not playing by the rules. But if they don't and they beat you on the field and you are still a middling team, congrats on playing by the rules. It didn't seem to do anything for you off the field, and it's definitely not doing anything for you on the field.
Right.
But I definitely think you're right about that. And yeah, Mustache Adam says it. If there's no enforcement mechanism, who gives a bleep about how they're doing it? Exactly. I mean, are they? Is there like an expectation you think within the Nebraska program, or at least with Dannon, that like eventually they're going to get caught, or like something is going to happen, and thus they won't be able to keep doing it like they're doing it? Do you think that that's an assumption that is being made right now?
I think that's a hope. I don't know if it's an assumption, but it's certainly a hope that someone will be made an example of. But again,
if they're not,
all it's going to take is someone to sue and blow it all sky high. And that could be Nebraska. If the attorney general decides to go after this and say, hey, our state law says you can't impede these young people's ability to make NIL money, this whole thing is moot. And the courts rule on Nebraska's side, which they very well could, it changes everything.
See, and Kenneth, though, a couple great points. In actual reality, Nebraska didn't allocate NIL funds within the parameters given to them. CSC essentially told them they just need to be rewritten without consequence. Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of oversight, but Nebraska somehow mangled it so bad they got shot down. That's the more important story, in my opinion. That is wild. It's like we're playing within the parameters, and yet they seem to do it in such a poor way that in the response, it was like, just do it a little differently, and this is all going to be okay.
Right.
So it's like they're trying to play nice, but they also played poorly while playing nice. It's very strange.
It is.
Like, how do you screw that part up so bad?
And that's the part I'm still struggling with. That's the part where I'm not sure that was the intention. Because you're right. I mean, if it does appear that they mangled something, that they just didn't do their homework right, and they had to go and redo their homework assignment, it seems like kind of a wasted time to take this thing to court if you just would have done the homework right the first time, if you knew that that's what you were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I still think there's an element here that Nebraska wanted to test this. And now the next possibility is the state jumping into action.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it doesn't sound like the state's ready to jump into action, but because it almost feels like that's a nuclear option. Like if we do this, then the whole thing just gets completely blown apart.
Yeah. By the way, before we go to break, we were talking about the long delay in the Nebraska baseball game. 25-minute review, and nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Corey writes on the Liquid Trucking Zone Twitter feed, I ran into Hy-Vee to grab a few things for dinner when it started. I was able to get back to my car, stop at Mercado to grab a couple of steaks, and then get home before the review ended.
Incredible.
Able to run all of the errands needed for dinner time
Congrats
and not
on the
miss
steak.
a single
Mhm.
pitch. Dave Fight says, well, you're going to love this stupid joke. Driving through Popeyes takes less time. Yeah, it takes like 2 minutes if you know what you're doing in the Popeyes line, like me.
What do you mean if you know what you're doing? You shouldn't have to know what you're doing in a drive-through.
Just order your food, Nick. That's what I mean.
Yeah, which is what
Know
I
what you're
did.
doing.
And then they
Last time I was there, I think it took 3
drag their
minutes.
feet.
Delicious fresh chicken.
Drag their feet.
Crunchy, delicious.
If you're going through a
Fresh
drive-through,
chicken.
Dude, it was so hot. Like it was hurting my fingers. It was so fresh.
you shouldn't need tips and tricks.
Well, that's
on
because
how
they
to get
just
through a
caught the
drive-through.
rat.
It's chicken, John. It's fried chicken.
One thing that we do agree on, and that is underdog fantasy. Now, tonight, there are no games in the association, but, I'm looking right now. You could go higher or lower right now on what Scotty Scheffler does on the back nine of the PGA, the minor major, as we've called it. Or you could look at tonight's baseball lineup or any other sport. But for the NBA and the NBA playoffs, this is the way you can make watching the playoffs more enjoyable. Go pick your favorite players, whether or not they go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, assists, blocks. Could be even fantasy points too. And you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Go to that app store today, download the Underdog Fantasy app, and who knows, maybe you can catch some special deals by using our promo code.
You can definitely catch some special deals, John. Promo code is 1620 the zone. It allows you to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Looking at tomorrow night, Wemby, higher or lower, 3.5 blocks. That and so much more available right now for you. Again, the promo code 1620 the zone. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
Robin Washut will be joining us in a few minutes, but tomorrow you can join us live in person at Twin Peaks. Did you know Twin Peaks is back, folks? Brand new location, 180th and Dodge, Village Point. Come on by, say hi, enjoy a one beer Friday with us with those 29-degree drafts because they keep everything ice cold and great food. So come on by and join us at the Peaks, 180th and Dodge tomorrow for the Grum 2 to 6.
Tell your boss you have to go home early for personal reasons. They won't question it.
Or a great call.
You can say, I have stomach issues, because they always assume it's like diarrhea or something, and they'll never ask you more.
Now, we've
Very
been
specific, Nick.
We've been discussing a lot the whole schedule leaks and Josh being overexcited about leak flash.
Me being a football fan and excited, yes.
Though there is one thing about this week that I really enjoy that Mr. Sad Pants Scrooge McDuck over here. Oh, I don't like those. I don't like the team videos. I think they're dumb.
Oh, they suck. They're not fun. They're boring and they're played out.
Yeah, kind of like leaking things is also kind of boring and played out.
And so I don't yuck your yums. Why are you trying to yuck mine?
Well, maybe I can get you to yuck my yums.
Oh, I'm not going to yuck anything that you have, John.
Yuck his yums.
Here was a tweet from Yahoo Sports. The NFL will not be reviewing team videos for jokes surrounding New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel ahead of Thursday night's annual schedule release. The league is letting teams use their own judgment regarding potential content about Vrabel's connection with Diana Rossini. Over under. How many teams are going to pull? Ooh, maybe that's not the right word. How many teams are going to make some kind of reference in their schedule release video about the Vrabel Rossini tryst?
Nick, there are 32 teams.
Yep, I'm going to set the line at 7.
I set it at 9.5.
I'm going to set it at 7, but I think only a few of them are going to do it in a way that's funny. I think others are going to try to shoehorn it in.
Yeah.
Well, but this isn't about judging how they're funny or not. This is just judging if they
I know.
do it.
I was adding on to
I
that.
think it'll be over, and here's what's going to happen. I don't think that it will be like on the forefront of many, but there will be a background mention of it in a lot of them.
Yes.
I bet there will be something in a lot of them. I think there will be a lot of like hand-holding type situations that don't even have to be them, but you know who it is.
But you know who it is.
I'll go over.
It could be like, like the Dolphins mascot holding hands with, a fan.
Jeff
or
Halfley.
Jeff
See,
Halfley
the
or
Dolphins
whatever.
wouldn't do that, though, because all their videos suck.
Okay, prediction. I think the teams most likely to do it are the Chargers,
obviously.
the rest of the AFC East,
Definitely.
the Lions, and the Jaguars.
Why the Lions and the Jaguars?
Because they're on the Patriots schedule.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, find teams that are playing the Patriots.
Mhm.
Honestly, I bet all of the teams that are playing the Patriots will do it. But you're right. The Chargers will absolutely.
Now, which angle do we think the Chargers are going to do? I think they're going to do a boat thing. I think they might take the boat angle.
See, again, I think it's going to be less. Well, I guess, yeah, because then they'll do specific.
Mm-hmm.
You think the.
Now, this means that Josh has to watch all 32 videos.
I'll let Nick do the homework. Thank you, Nick.
It's movie night. I'm
Josh
going to be watching
out on
Mean
fun.
Girls.
You have tomorrow morning to do the homework.
By the way,
Out on fun. You watch them then.
well, I'll watch. I will certainly watch a few of them. I don't think I
mean,
have time
honestly,
in my day to watch all 32.
Somebody will do a roundup of who
Oh,
made
yeah,
reference to
absolutely,
it. So I'll just read the article.
There'll be a Twitter thread.
Yeah.
Before we get to Robin Washut, by the way, Minnesota's just tied the game in the fourth inning.
Curses.
Reason 1,605 why I can't stand Plastroturf. So, the new age turf has that sand and crushed rubber tire base. Every time a ball hits the ground here,
It goes.
you can see the sand literally spray up.
Yeah.
The sand. It's like they're playing on a damn beach.
I'm sorry, John.
No, beach baseball. That's a fun twist.
No, it's definitely not.
You have
that
beach
sounds terrible.
volleyball.
That sounds awful. You know what doesn't sound awful?
Talking to Robin Washut.
Next on 1620 The Zone. Minnesota has just taken a 2-1 lead at the end of the fourth. Carson Yassa just crossed 69.
Nice.
Pitches thrown.
Ow. Not nice.
Robin Washut of HuskerOnline.com. Hello, Robin.
What's happening?
Oh, not much. Just enjoying some baseball today. And basketball recruiting news, I guess.
Definitely.
Though there's not as much of that right now. It's all about visiting the kids and watching them in AAU.
That's right. No visits happening here except for the coaches flying all over the place to see various players of the future. So the first live evaluation period of the spring, as far as high school players are concerned, is this weekend. And Nebraska's full staff is out and about at all the various AAU shoe tournaments happening right now.
Give us the Cliffs, some highlights of the players that are getting the most attention.
Well, I would probably put, so they missed on a couple guys that were towards the top of their board. Chase Richardson, the point guard from Texas, he committed to Texas A&M. I thought Nebraska was in a good spot there, but he's a Texas kid that went to A&M. I guess it is what it is. And then the other one was Donovan Davis, the kid from Wisconsin, who ultimately chose Iowa State. And so those were two of the guys at the top of their at least 2027 high school board. But there's some other names that I've kind of vaulted up. Jack Conan is probably, I would say, maybe number one. He's another Wisconsin shooter that they've been really high on. He recently officially visited, I believe, last month or earlier this month, within the last few weeks. And I would put him maybe as the new number one on their 27 board. So he's going to be a priority kid that they watch probably all weekend. And then there's some kind of, shoot your shot type guys. Dawson Batee and Ryan Hampton, they're two top 15 nationally rated recruits. Batee is a big 6'8" forward from Texas. And Ryan Hampton's a 6'6" wing from Texas as well. Batee visited, he actually attended Fred Hoiberg's elite camp last summer and then came on an official visit this past season. So he's made a couple trips now to Lincoln. So there at least seems to be some level of mutual interest there. But, when you're the 14th overall player in the country, there's going to be plenty of competition there. So, Nebraska's still fighting the good fight. We'll see what happens after, the spring and summer and those kind of final rounds of visits start to line up. But Nebraska's doing their part with both he and Ryan Hampton. Hampton was supposed to visit this past season, I think for the Iowa game, ended up canceling it for, I can't remember if it was weather or whatever it was. But so he, at least had the intention of visiting, hasn't made it on campus yet. In-state wise, London Dada, he's the only in-state offer at the moment from Omaha West Side. He's going to be another priority guy that Nebraska watches, and it feels like Nebraska's in a pretty good spot with him, as are a couple other teams. But those are probably three of the names as far as the 27 class. There's another kid, Isaiah Mack Russell, a guard from Ohio. He kind of gets forgotten a little bit about compared to some of these other guys, but he was, I think, probably right up towards the top of their board to watch this weekend as well. So those four in the 27 class, I would suggest keeping an eye on if you're into following high school recruiting.
Hey, Robin, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking with you about the Pentagon and who Nebraska will play. And I can't remember if it was John or me who asked a question about like the level of the opponent. And there's been a lot made recently about, certain teams aren't going to want to go up and do that because it's essentially a Nebraska home game. Do you think that because of that, like as great as the home court advantage as it is, and a lot of people like making that trip, does Nebraska reevaluate wanting to do that moving forward, given that the opposition might not be as helpful for the metric gaming as it could have been in years past?
Probably, because it's getting harder and harder to find, a worthwhile opponent to play that game. At some point you're going to reach the point where it's like, why not just, if you're going to play a low enough caliber team, why not just do it at home, and get, full profit and for home game ticket sales, all that stuff. So, that's kind of where they are right now. It was a great thing for Nebraska because it was such an advantage. Not only do you get the neutral site, but like you said, it was anything but neutral as far as the environment goes. And so basically you get a home game with a neutral site bump and an opportunity to, maybe, I don't want to say trick a team to kind of come into that hornet's nest. But I think after Oklahoma, and especially Porter Moser, was like, laid it all out there about what the reality of that game actually was. Not many teams of high caliber are going to have any interest in playing that game, just because there's no such thing as neutral when it comes to Nebraska playing teams in Sioux Falls. So yeah, I do think it's probably something that, looking ahead, I believe they're still contracted to play there again next year. I'm pretty sure that's right, because they signed a 3-year contract to play there. And I think this is Boise State's the second of the 2 or of the 3 years. So I believe they have to do it one more time at least. But looking ahead beyond that, I don't know how much of a reality playing there every year is, as much as Nebraska wants it to be.
Robin, Matt Brown was able to find out through a FOIA. I'm surprised we're FOIA-ing college basketball schedules, but it is what it is. We know that Nebraska's got Lemoyne, Lindenwood, South Dakota, FDU, Mount St. Mary's, New Haven. Those are the bye games. We just mentioned Boise, obviously. There's the Creighton return trip. There's Providence coming up in Connecticut. What have you made so far of how the non-conference schedule seems to be rounding into form?
It's kind of another one where you look at the home slate and it leaves a lot to be desired. But, you do have a true power conference road game with Creighton. You're playing it's kind of the flip side of Sioux Falls. You're playing a neutral site game against Providence in Connecticut. I imagine that'll be a Friar heavy crowd up there. So, and Providence kind of did some work in the portal this year too. So they got a chance to be a potential top 25 team when that game tips off. So there's, those 2 games are probably kind of the highlights, but it's incomplete at this point. Obviously they wanted to, knock against Boise, but they wanted, a power conference opponent to play them in Sioux Falls, but no one wanted to do it. So that game kind of is what it is, probably the best that they could do given the interested teams. But like I said, the schedule's still not done. I do think they're going to add at least one more high profile neutral site single play game. Kansas City looks like the likely destination. And as far as potential opponents, I still think Missouri. There's a lot of traction there. So if you can add a neutral site game in Kansas City against Missouri, along with playing at Creighton, along with playing Providence on a neutral site, getting Boise in a neutral site, like that's plenty. Because you look at what the Big Ten is this year, like there's like 7 quad 1 games at home alone this year, at least based off like the early Torvik rankings. So like they're going to have no shortage of quality quad 1 resume material games within conference play alone. So you don't need to overschedule in the non-con. And, it's not for a lack of effort that they're not getting better teams to PBA. I can tell you as the fact that they were actively looking to try to schedule a home and home with, a power conference opponent. But every team that would even listen to them, like some teams just laughed at them about the idea. The only teams that would listen to them were insistent on either playing it in a neutral site or having the first game be having Nebraska go on the road. And Nebraska can't go on the road. They can't play half of your non-con away from PBA, especially with what you have in the league. So it's kind of a result of circumstance, just kind of where Nebraska is as a program right now. They're too good that teams, are kind of hesitant to schedule them, but they're not good enough to draw some of those marquee non-con games that you see, like, other teams able to do with, Duke's not going to schedule Nebraska. North Carolina, Arizona, Kansas, like they're not going to do a single play against Nebraska because the juice isn't worth the squeeze for them in their eyes. So the only way that changes is Nebraska continues to win and continues to keep itself in the forefront of the national discussion, and eventually their brand will become one that teams are going to be more willing to take on as a signature non-con game. But right now, Nebraska is kind of in that weird tweener spot where, they're too good, but also not good enough to get the type of schedule that they would ideally want.
How long do you think that can take? Like, is that another season? Let's say they matched the exact level of performance as they just had last year, and they did it again in 27. Is that enough, or do you think that we're talking about another 2, 3, 4 seasons of this kind of consistent basketball to warrant those home and homes where it's not always a fact that they'd have to go on the road on the front end?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, maybe like the opportunities will change next year. So like let's hypothetically say they do have an equally successful season this year. The following year, you don't have to go to Creighton. And so like you have a little bit more flexibility as far as scheduling a home and home where you might be more willing to go on the road, even if it's a home neutral, like they did with Kansas State a while back. Like those are the types of games that maybe they would be in a better position to look at. Because right now, one of the big holdups is Nebraska just doesn't want to play another true road game right now in the non-con, and make their already difficult path beyond league play, that much more steep. So maybe more success next year makes other teams view Nebraska as a more appealing draw. The way that the schedule with the Creighton game flips maybe allows them to, accept going on the road to start a home and home series. And then like the other part of it too is, as Nebraska's basketball's brand continues to grow, maybe they can get involved in some of these, NIL type neutral site games that are now the new wave where, you can kind of handpick your opponents, the single play neutral site, and you can get better and better quality of opponents that are going to be interested in playing you. And then the events that are putting on these neutral site games are willing to, or not willing, but like are more interested in taking Nebraska because of the draw they would get from the visit.
Robin Washut of HuskerOnline.com. Robin, you got any plans this weekend?
Got graduation. My niece's graduation party.
Nice.
That's a big one. Got a buddy of mine. So we can debate this later, but like a buddy of mine celebrates his birthday, but it's his 39th birthday. He's like, they're going out and doing stuff for it. I get to the point where like I just celebrate like decades. Like 40, all right, I can see that, but like a big thing for a 39th birthday. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm with you, Robin. Like I've told the story, my birthday always falls around Labor Day. And so it's like this kind of back way of like getting a group of people together on the day before Labor Day because we don't have work the next day. But like we're not like, let's go celebrate Josh's 36th birthday. Because all of my friends are about to turn 40. We are going to have 40th birthday parties for everybody. But I think that's way different.
Yeah, I mean the 40 is a big one. Like that's kind of like you're officially an old man birthday, and so like that's different. So I don't know. I'm gonna go. Like I'll hang out, but like it's just big 39. Last year your 30s.
Yeah. John, you remember when you turned 39?
No,
a long time ago.
Well, I remember all my birthdays because the whole country celebrates my birthday.
Oh, I guess that's true.
That's why they have all the fireworks and the
America
the hot
250
dogs.
and John 250. That's what we'll be
That's
saying.
right,
on
John 250. You damn straight, John 250.
Well,
that's the day we're celebrating.
Have fun at the 39th birthday party, Robin.
I will. I'll tell everybody that you guys say happy birthday.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Robin's friend.
friend.
39 is not old. It's very young. Very, very young.
Normal age. It's very normal.
Very normal. All right, Robin Washut of HuskerOnline.com. Oh, Lord.
That reminds me, I got the next friend in our group is turning 40 later this year. We got to start getting on that little party.
By the way, another reason why I hate the Big Ten.
Did you do another review?
No, well, they did.
Wait, really?
For a play that was,
awesome.
I don't know why they reviewed it.
Okay.
Vibes.
But I told you that, Yasa had pitched over 69 pitches.
Nice.
Start this inning, he was at 67 on the graphic.
Okay.
Wait, so in other words, in the Big Ten, they can't even freaking count.
You lied to us.
No, they lied to us. They lied to us.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's on 76 pitches right now or like 82. It's like, tell me what's going on here.
You could do the stats broadcast thing.
I might have to. The stat broadcast, it'd be just as exciting.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of action in this game with all the damn delays.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Creighton has started their game with Xavier at the Great American Ballpark, where it is scoreless in the second.
You can hear it right now, I hear.
On 1180.
Yacht Rock.
This game that we're watching, it's Minnesota 2 and Nebraska 1, bottom of the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, coming up.
I have my not boring topic.
All right, but
I have that.
Do we want that or do we want the playoff?
Well, we probably need to clear out a little room for the playoff.
We better clear out some room for the playoff.
We still have Nate Rohr. We still have
And
I
Nate
Don't
Rohr's
Care.
coming up.
We still have lots of other things.
All right, well, we'll get to the playoff then.
Okay.
Coming up on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. It's Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone and 1620thezone.com, the 1620 The Zone radio network. A reminder, let us know what your walk-up song would be, and you could win a 4-pack of sweet tickets to see the Savannah Bananas play at Memorial Stadium in less than a month, June 13th, $200, and a free duct cleaning valued at $900 from McCarthy's 1 Hour Heating and Air. You can enter online at 1620thezone.com.
You know what's cool about those sweet tickets? They're sweet tickets, but they're also sweet tickets.
By the way, 3-1 now, Minnesota. Bases loaded, 2 out in the 5th. But a big strikeout there, so maybe they can escape with minimal damage. And as I said earlier, I think Nebraska, if they want to feel comfortable going into the selection process, which is a week from Monday, for a home regional, I think they need to sweep this series at Minnesota and make the semifinals of the conference tournament. To feel safe. Doesn't mean that if they do less, they can't host, or if they do more, they will host.
You're not guaranteeing. You're not putting it on the list.
I can't put it on the list because I don't know how to commit.
You will not get the tomatoes.
But I would feel pretty comfortable based on where Nebraska is currently in a lot of estimations. If they were to sweep this series, get to the tournament semifinals in Omaha, I would feel pretty good that they would host.
Okay.
But they're going to have to do a little work. Down 2 runs in the 5th.
By the way, we were talking about Robin's friend's 39-year-old birthday party. Steve writes,
a 39-year-old birthday party?
It's a birthday party that's lasted a long time.
That's a old birthday
Steve
party.
says, wait till you guys turn 59. Talk about old. I mean, you'll be doing that in just a handful of years. Not even.
Were you taking us for your 59th birthday party?
Excellent question, Nick.
Take you out behind the barn?
Whoa, you're going to old yeller us?
Probably.
That is murder. I believe you go to jail for that.
You're going to make my wife a widow, John?
Did they take the dude that shot old Yeller to jail?
That was a dog.
Wow, so you're saying dog lives don't matter?
Dog lives don't matter. Josh, dog lives don't matter.
I literally didn't
you
say
learn
that.
anything from 6 years ago?
I literally didn't say that.
All lives and dog lives matter.
Literally didn't say that. Literally didn't say that. I'm just saying you are allowed to put dogs down. It's a part of life. I don't know if you're allowed to shoot dogs.
It's interesting. We're allowed to put dogs down,
but not
that
some states
that
are.
Kevorkian guy wasn't allowed to put people down.
Don't put people down.
Some states are allowed to put people down again.
Is
By
that
the way,
true?
They just walked the bases loaded, man. That's another run, 4-1. And Nebraska's going to the bullpen.
Yikes.
All right. I guess we got to get to this.
Yay.
Where's my graphic?
Which graphic do you need?
There it is, right there. Yep. It's 24. The playoff nobody wanted.
Oh, I don't know what's in there. That's a whole ass open. I thought that was just the open for the show 24.
No, I think the former hosts of this show
loved 24.
Rest in peace. Loved 24.
Yeah, it was a good show.
You
watched
I
it?
watched the sequel one. What was the
Did you
sequel?
watch the show,
48?
the season, or the movie?
They added another season.
Yeah, it was like Revenge or Redemption.
I saw that one.
Yeah. Was it a series? Do you remember? Or was
Yeah,
it
was
just
like a
movie?
1-year series, wasn't
Okay.
it? Wasn't it like
Live Another Day?
Yeah, Live Another Day. Wasn't it like
it was a limited
how
series.
many episodes was that? Was that about 12 episodes?
It was, let's see. Yes, it was 12 episodes.
God, look.
July of 2014. July of 2014.
Yeah, I watched that.
Okay.
I never saw the original.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there he is. There's Tone threatening the rest of the world.
Who's that guy? Is that
Well, I mean,
is that one of the characters from 24?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you were gonna like try to put like Jim Phillips on there,
I
because Jim
could.
Phillips is now a 24 man himself.
Well, he is.
Uh-huh.
Jim Phillips in the ACC. Larry Scott 2.0 in the Big 12.
Yeah, Mr. Yormark.
Notre Dame
Gotta be
apparently
your mark.
they're now all in on 24. It's basically now it's gone from the Big 10 versus the rest of the world to now
Greg Sankey.
the rest of the world versus Greg Sankey.
It really is down
It's
to
like Greg Sankey and ESPN are the last thing standing between us and an unnecessary expansion of the playoffs.
two entities that people like aren't that big of a fan of.
No.
People do not like Sankey
Too
and
many
they,
coffees.
and they do not like ESPN.
No.
And yet we feel like Princess Leia right now in A New Hope. Help me, Greg Sankey. You're our only hope. Seriously. Those are the people that we are looking to and saying, can you help save college football?
Because Phillips, who is the ACC commissioner, says that ESPN officials have been very clear that they want the playoff to remain at 12, and if it does expand, not to go beyond 16. Because they have a clause in their contract that says, and the clause actually says if it goes up to 14.
Yeah. ESPN gets it up to 14. If it goes beyond 14, then
That would be funny if they did go to 16 and then they farm out one game.
Yeah.
Here, Fox, here's your game.
Congratulations.
Meanwhile, Fox, they're all in on this. They want to be in on the playoffs.
Yeah, of course they do.
But I
What
saw
dirt
this.
do these
I
networks
saw
have on
this
these
today.
conferences?
This was in a USA Today story. That one power conference. This was back when they bid this most recent playoff contract that ESPN won. Right. One power conference athletic director told USA Today Sports that after a pitiful and unserious bid for the first 12-team CFP, Fox realized the value in the sport, especially with the 3-year growth spurt of the Big Ten. So they're saying that when the last time it went up for bid, that
Wait,
Fox,
who had the pitiful bid?
Fox had a pitiful and unserious bid.
And they wanted to expand?
And now Fox is realizing, oh, crap, now it's worth something because the conference we invested into is actually good.
I'm confused. So they just totally misplayed the Big Ten being good?
Well, they underbid the first playoff contract, and now they realize, oh, we made a mistake, so let's expand the playoffs so we can get back in the game.
That's idiotic on multiple ends.
It's very
idiotic on the front end and now idiotic on the back
end. A pitiful and unserious bid. And now you know, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend ESPN. I've been an oft critic of ESPN and some of their antics.
And you didn't apologize for being wrong about Major League Baseball.
I wasn't wrong about Major League Baseball.
Interesting.
But, of course, these networks are looking out for their own self-interest. ESPN doesn't want to expand the playoff because they don't want, well, twofold. One, they don't want anyone else honing in on their gig. And two, if you expand the playoff, all of a sudden their bowl inventory gets weaker.
It gets way weaker because what do you do?
Because that's 6 more games that would have been bowl games that are now playoff games.
And 12 more teams that probably weren't all going to play each other. So I would actually say it impacts more than 6 bowl games. It impacts a lot of. You're right.
Oh, sure. Because it impacts the whole enterprise.
Because it's 12 teams that weren't all going to play each other in bowl games. And so you're looking at probably 8 to 10 games that would be affected in bowl season that would involve this team versus this team and this team and this team and this team.
Now, I realize what I have just done is I have made a great argument for 24, the playoff nobody wants. Because I'm guessing there are some people saying, well, why do I need to watch these these meaningless bowl games that you guys have been talking about when they can now become playoff games? That's better, right? And in theory, yes. But the problem with expanding the playoff is it weakens the regular season. And yes, I have heard the arguments. Oh, no, it's not going to weaken the regular season because more games will matter. Because now there's more teams. More teams are playing in October and November, playing with 2 and 3 and 4 losses who could still be in the playoff field. Sure, by that logic, yes, more games matter. But while those games matter, the games that used to matter now matter less. For example, let's say you have a 9-2 versus 10-1 Michigan-Ohio State game, right? 2 teams that are going to go in the playoff if it's 24. They're in the playoff. That game now has less meaning. Oh, but it's about seeding. Cool. It's about seeding. But it used to be about getting in. And now it's just about seeding. So it does mean less. We're going to replace that with a 7-4 Illinois against an 8-3 Wisconsin. Oh, but that game now has meaning. Great. But is that really what we're looking for? Are we looking for 3 and 4 loss teams getting into this thing on the regular? Is that really what we're looking for here? I mean, tell me of those two games, which one gets the blood pumping more? Is it the Ohio State-Michigan game that means something? Or is it the Illinois-Wisconsin game that means something at the back half of the playoff? And I get, the whole, well, the seeding's important, and it is. But there's this, people are trying too hard to make college football what it is not, and that's the NFL. Yes, we have games all the time. We had one a couple years ago. Lions and Vikings were playing for the top seed. A lot of people watched. It was very exciting. It was important. But that's an NFL thing, right? Most college football fans, when they take in the sport, they take in their team and they don't follow it as casually as a lot of NFL fans. NFL fans take in their team, but they also take in the entire sport. I don't think there's as many people of college ilk that do that. Yeah, there are some, obviously, we do. But I think people take in the two sports very differently. Plus, college stacks all their great rivalry games at the end of the season. And if all of a sudden some of these rivalry games lose meaning because it's just about seeding, I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Nebraska-Oklahoma became Nebraska-Oklahoma, not because people were enamored about these two states from the middle of the country. It was because that game meant something. They were playing for something. They were playing for a shot at the national title, which is why that series was the best series for almost 2 decades. That's what made it great. Would it have been great if it would have been 7-4 Nebraska versus 8-3 Oklahoma playing for the 24th seed in the playoff? That's my biggest problem with that argument.
It's a terrible argument. I honestly don't really hear it very often, except from the people who are trying to push the playoff. But I don't hear it from normal people.
Well, I'm starting to see more and more people take up this argument. I saw our good friend Sam McEwen take up this argument. More games will matter. Yeah, more games at the back half, but while you raise the stakes of those games, you lower the stakes of the games that used to have those big stakes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really not gaining anything. And it's just kind of changing there was an urgency about the college regular season. And sure, is it as urgent today as it was when we had a 4-team playoff? Of course not. I mean, there is a fine line that you walk where, yes, by expanding by proxy, you've kind of lessened some of these games, but there's a sweet spot. And I think
they are at the perfect sweet spot.
I think we are at the sweet spot, or at the very least, even if you're not convinced this is the sweet spot, let's give it a few years and see if it is the sweet spot.
I mean, the thing that you said in the middle of there, because obviously I agree with you. Like, I also don't want to like totally dismiss like Wisconsin, Illinois, like those fan bases and like having an opportunity for something, even though I disagree with.
Right. And I guess you could swap out the names, but
yeah,
we're talking about, a pair of 1-loss teams or a pair of 3-loss teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the part I think when you mentioned the NFL or turning it into a professionalized version of the sport, what is very interesting when you look around college football right now and who's pushing this, Petiti is a baseball guy.
Yeah.
Former Major League Baseball guy. Brett Yormark, I don't even know how to describe him, an ideas man. And then Jim Phillips is a former Big Ten guy. The one guy who's trying to hold on for dear life is like a classic old school college football guy. And I think that is very notable when we have these discussions.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I have nothing to add beyond. I very much agree with you, and I really hope that they can hold the line. I thought Stuart Mandel had a great column today for The Athletic.
I did too.
It's just like we're you and me. I feel like, and we're not alone. 90% it seems like of fans are with us. And so I know that whenever we do this, we're preaching to the choir. We're not really debating it with anybody. We're saying stuff and we have an audience and they're cheering. They're bowing to it. Great take yet again, boys. I agree with you. I have nothing more to add. And yet 90% here doesn't matter. Having a majority opinion absolutely does not matter in this.
No, it does not.
Which sucks.
It does not. I mean, every poll that I've seen from a variety of different sources, including Doctorman, who did the thing for The Athletic this week, it's 9% or less won a 2014 playoff. I saw one poll, can't remember who did it. I think it was, it might have been Pat 40, believe it or not. There were more people that would have rather gone back to 4 than go to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. That's how unpopular it is.
And yet it doesn't matter.
And yet it doesn't matter to these folks. Because we got to have the money.
Yeah.
We got to have the money because of those darn kids.
Sucks.
Well, the darn kids of softball are playing this week.
Oh, look at this. 4-3.
And Nebraska's made it 4-3 in the baseball game.
Mm.
But we're going to talk about the Nebraska softball team next with Nate Rohr coming up on 1620 The Zone. And just like that, Minnesota's lead is gone.
Wow.
It's now 5-4 Nebraska in the fifth or sixth. Took that quick.
That was fast.
In other words, Minnesota sucks.
Literally the
Minnesota,
entire commercial
like
break.
the Big Ten, sucks.
The entire commercial break.
It
Wow.
did.
That was
Basically, the
fast.
entire commercial break.
Uh-huh.
You just wiped out the lead just
Uh-huh.
like that. Well, the other stick and ball team gets their postseason underway this weekend at Bowlin Stadium. Now, how are we phrasing this officially, Nate Rohr, voice of Husker softball? Is it Ronda Revelle Field at Bowlin Stadium or Bowlin Stadium, Ronda Revelle Field?
I think it is Bowlin Stadium, Ronda Revelle Field.
Got it.
I have not run it by the powers that are yet, but either way, it was great to see the field name for Coach, and the place will be full and rocking this weekend, no doubt.
Now, it's never boring when you're a broadcaster and your team wins. But based on how Nebraska has been playing here the last couple of months, has it felt kind of boring in a weird way?
Boring's probably not the right term. I mean, you do have an expectation, especially toward the end of Big Ten regular season play. Okay, they're going to find a way to win this one. That's why the Big Ten tournament was really important. I mean, they had a little bit, and I emphasize a little bit, of adversity. I mean, they started down against Michigan, and were kind of sloppy defensively in that game, but still found a way to win. But it really felt like Jordy didn't exactly have her ace stuff in that game, and Michigan, may not have the top line talent that they have, but everybody in their lineup just fights you like crazy. So that was a bit of a, that game was maybe a little more challenging than you might have thought on paper coming in. And then that Indiana game, it worried me because they score 8 runs a game, and Alexis Jensen had kind of faltered. She hadn't lost, but she wasn't quite as sharp down the stretch. And then she turns in a 2-hit shutout and all as well. And then that UCLA game, I mean, they get out 2-0, and Nebraska really hadn't done a lot against Taylor Tinsley, but they get it going in the third, and with the collision between first and second with Jordy Fromm and the review that could have ejected her from that game, I think after that, Jordy wakes up and brushes her teeth at about a 9.8 on the competitiveness scale 1 to 10, but that turned her up to an 11, and UCLA couldn't touch her, and that felt a little more like postseason intensity there. So they've had it's not been a total, shall we say, cakewalk to this point, but the Big Ten tournament did represent a step up in difficulty that I think these guys needed.
Nate, this might be an odd question about a number 4 overall seed, but is there like a chip on the shoulder with this group about that number and about where they were placed going into the tournament?
I don't sense that. I think they've really tried to keep at arm's length the big stuff, whether it's, national seeding or, all Big Ten selections or things like that. I think they've really tried to keep that at arm's length and stay very, very focused on one pitch at a time, one play at a time. That's been the mantra from Ronda Revelle, and I know that's coach speak, and sometimes that can go in one ear and out the other, but I think this team is veteran enough to know that they have to have that sort of focus, and you can't get too starry-eyed about the big picture, because there's been some stuff to get starry-eyed about. And, a 4 national seed, while I could make a pretty good case, I think, to at least get them down to 3, and even higher. There's a case to put them number 1 nationally. At the very least, they're high enough to where they pretty much every implication that you could get as far as playing the entire NCAA tournament until the women's series at home, being the home team for the first round of the Women's College World Series, they got to where it would feel like nitpicking.
Talking with Nate Rohr, who is the voice of Husker softball, and they will be playing this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. starting with South Dakota in the first round game. When you look at the draw outside, and I'm just looking at kind of their quadrant of the bracket, outside of Washington and Oklahoma State, there's nobody on that side of the bracket that the Huskers have seen this year. And of those two teams, Oklahoma State is the only potential super regional opponent. What did you think of the draw given the list of teams in that quadrant?
I thought it was a fairly equitable draw. I think it sets up fairly well for Nebraska, certainly as well as Nebraska is playing right now. Who would really scare you? I mean, Arkansas, they played a tough schedule, and they've kind of been under the radar, but it's not like they feel like they're in that top tier of the SEC with Texas, with Oklahoma, and with Alabama. And then, Duke's been good, but not great. Hasn't really knocked your socks off. I am highly intrigued by how that regional, the regional opposite the Lincoln Regional, the Stillwater Regional is going to go, because I think Oklahoma State and Stanford is going to be a war. Remember, Stanford beat Oklahoma State twice in February at Stanford's new ballpark. So I think that'll be a pretty decent battle, and whoever comes out of that, assuming and hoping Nebraska is able to take care of their own business, there'll be a challenge to be sure. But otherwise, that this part of the bracket feels like they should be able to handle it.
Nate, what's the biggest question mark that I guess you have about this roster, this lineup, the staff, like anything going into the postseason, as you start thinking not so much about this weekend or even next weekend, but like dreaming big about Oklahoma City?
The one question mark I have is probably infield defense and middle infield defense. That would probably be the place where I would be most hesitant to check the box to say, okay, Nebraska's really good in that aspect, because I think the lineup is very deep, 1 through 9. They can hit for power, they can hit for average, they can manufacture runs. You have 2 pitchers that I think are top notch, and a third in Hannah Kamensen, who I think can win a game or two in a regional if she were called upon to do so. So you feel good about the pitching depth. The outing against Indiana, I think, answered whatever qualms you might have had about where Alexis Jensen is right now. So I would say, can this team play good enough infield defense to back up Nebraska's pitchers? Because, Jordy Fromm especially throws a lot of ground balls. Jensen does. Jensen's more of a strikeout pitcher. But, between the two of them, you'll get some ground balls, and you don't want those balls getting to the outfield. So if the middle infield's able to hold up, I feel really good about Nebraska getting through.
Nate, while the team is very popular and has sold out every game this year, there's going to be a lot of new folks eyeballs coming to the dance as we get now down to the crunch time. Give us a name. We all know who Jordy Fromm is, but give us a name for the casuals that has not been getting their fair share of attention that we should be watching for over the next 3 weeks.
Well, I would go down toward the bottom of the order in Casey Hoffman, a kid out of Elkhorn South, transferred back from Arkansas. And maybe this is me telling on myself more than anything else, but, as you looked at the lineup, and of course, Ava Kuzak's a really productive hitter, and Hannah Kamensen's having a great year. Hoffman would tend to get lost in the picture of this team, but she was Nebraska's leading hitter by average in the Big Ten tournament, or in the Big Ten part of the schedule. And it just seemed like she had so many clutch hits. And so often she would come up with that hit to turn over the lineup, or at least get you close to turning over the lineup, or get the hit to keep a rally going. So Hoffman would be somebody that I might keep an eye on in that 7-8 range of the lineup, as somebody who maybe hasn't gotten the attention she deserves, and is going to be a pretty big factor this weekend.
Well, we will be watching from afar. I'm glad you were able to get into the ballpark. I mean, it sounds like
it's been a topic of conversation.
pretty tough to get in
So
there,
I've
but
heard.
but you have your passes. You're going to be there as you've been there all season long on the radio. Nate, have fun with this. I think you got a trip to Oklahoma City coming in a couple weeks.
Hey, I'm certainly hoping for it. This team's been very good to this point, very consistent, and I'm feeling pretty good going into this deal. So now they just need to cash it in. But thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, Nate.
Nate Rohr joining us here on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone Hotline. I told you I have graphs and charts. Bill Connelly of ESPN did a pretty lengthy preview article today, of which he had Nebraska one of the prime contenders.
Mm-hmm.
This was an interesting chart, though. It is runs scored and runs allowed, not earned run average, ERA.
Just straight runs allowed.
Just straight runs allowed. And how fascinating it is that three teams have really separated themselves from the pack, who are averaging 10 or almost 10 runs a game, and all have allowed less than 4, especially Oklahoma and Texas Tech. Now, Nebraska is pretty good. Nebraska's sitting at about 7 and 7.5 runs scored and only 2.25 runs allowed.
Mm-hmm.
But Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and UCLA, as pointed out on Bill Connelly's graph, they kind of stand out above the crowd. Now, Nebraska already has seen UCLA, so they're very familiar with the Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
They've already played Texas Tech, and they've beaten Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma would be the X factor, and this is, of course, the team that has a chance to be at home.
Yes, essentially.
For the Women's College World Series. And you'd have the added drama of that's where Jordy Fromm started, was at Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. You think that Nate will be following them to Oklahoma City. Certainly they're going to be favored to do so along the way. That it was the promise, right? When you added her to the roster, was getting there and competing for a national championship. Year one, of course, does not go anywhere near how she or the program was hoping for, given how early she got injured, or that she got injured, period. Last year on the doorstep, and now an opportunity this year with everything having to go through Lincoln.
Coming up, we have I Don't Care.
Lovely.
And the happy hour.
Lovely.
By the way, it's now 8-4, so Nebraska's literally turned the game on its head.
Wow, ever since we went to that commercial break, things have turned up Huskers. Do we just stay on the air, go commercial-free the rest of the show? No more commercials? Nick, thoughts?
We shouldn't do that.
Okay.
We won't do that.
Okay.
On 1620 The Zone.
I don't care.
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 I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care if LeBron decides to play or retire.
Well, yeah, because you don't watch the NBA, so why would you?
No, it's not about that. It's not about that.
What's it about?
He has now reached a point. First off, he's still a very capable player. He still can have his moments. But it's diminished now to the point where it's not going to be the difference between a championship team and a non-championship team.
Yeah, he can't be the best player on a
He can't be the best player on the team anymore. But he's still capable enough to go out there and do some things that make you go, oh, yeah, that's LeBron. And so if he comes back,
folks,
great, but it's not going to make any difference. And if he leaves, well, he probably should have left anyway. I just don't have an opinion one way or another. I just don't care. Now, the NBA should care, because here's the problem. They have to now. The NBA is very star-driven. It's always been star-driven. And it's usually the guys right at the top. Magic Bird, morphed into Jordan, morphed into Kobe, morphed into LeBron. What's going to be next?
I mean, to be fair,
Is Wemby enough to be that guy?
To be fair, he hasn't made an NBA final since 2020. So they've been living in a post-LeBron world with him in the league for a while. Like when Michael left the second time, not after the Wizards, like then they were done.
Right.
But LeBron hasn't been in the postseason like to that capacity for the majority of this time, you know.
But they still need to find that person.
Maybe it's going to be Mr. Foul Bait himself.
Yeah, Listen, I don't care what numbers he puts up. That style of play is not attractive to a lot of people, especially outside of the Oklahoma City metro area.
I don't care. I have two things I don't care about. I'm going to go broad, and then I'm going to go more localized.
You can't call them that anymore.
Yeah, jeez.
First of all,
we just got done talking about softball.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, very well played, guys. Good job. By the way, since we went to commercial break, things have gone bad for Nebraska, so this is on you.
What do you mean? It's still 8-4.
Out happened, and now there's a runner on with no outs. Classic John. I don't care about all you schedule crybabies. I'm talking about you, John, you little weenie. You're such a weenie. I've never met someone in my life who doesn't like things and takes such pleasure in telling other people how much he doesn't enjoy their thing. Meanwhile, you know what's going to happen next week? There will be the thing from Warren Sharp that will have the rest advantage and disadvantage, and John is going to turn it into a topic because it is actually interesting. And
yes, that's actually interesting because it's new information. This information is not new because we already know who the teams play.
Wait, so those are two competing viewpoints, and yet you have both of them.
No,
That's
they're not
impossible.
competing viewpoints.
We know who they're going to play, and yet when we now know the actual order, this is important news. Yeah, that's why tonight matters, you idiot.
No, you dumbass. Here's the reason.
So stupid.
Now, if they were going to give us the Warren Sharp stuff tonight, then it makes it more interesting. But they're not. They're just telling us when the games are. Now Warren's got to do all the work and give us that information.
You do all the work.
So
Dad.
suck on that.
That literally tonight we will learn that information.
No, we will not. Oh, you're going to do that math for me?
Maybe I will. Do you want me to do that math for you?
Yes, do it.
I won't. I have things to do tonight.
Oh, see?
Warren will do it. Why would I do it? He's going to take the time to do it. So that's the first thing I don't care about. Second of all, I don't care.
By the way, Minnesota just hit a double.
I told you. I don't care that Anthony Calandria said what he said. You know what I have found so interesting about...
Wow, you don't care that he thinks Quasi Gilmer is going to be a good receiver?
No, not that.
Oh.
You know what I found so interesting about the last 24 hours of Husker discourse? The number of Husker fans that I've seen saying, let him say his opinion. Stop being critical of him saying his opinion. You know what I haven't seen? Any Husker fans being critical of him for saying what he said. Literally no Husker fans that I have seen. It's only been Iowa fans and fans of other teams. Instead, there's been this weird pearl clutching of opinions that nobody has even said out loud.
Husker fans,
Don't
pearl
you dare do that.
clutching?
Like
Husker fans pearl clutching over a non-story.
Don't be like John and get
I'm
pre-mad at things.
shocked.
Don't create anger in your own brain just to be mad online.
I
don't understand.
I didn't.
You've done
create
that
it.
from time to time.
When's the last time I did it?
Created weird circumstances where it's like, but what if they did get mad about that? I don't know. They didn't though. But Husker fans have done this last day. Calandria could say what he wants to say. Nobody disagrees with it. Everyone wants him to win.
The
a
only
national
things
title.
I saw were there were a few national folks like.
See, but again, I'm talking about Husker fans. No Husker fans.
No, but I think some of the people were clapping back because there were people making fun of
Yeah, I saw some of those.
Calandria talking about national championships, and then someone posted Nebraska's title odds, and they were astronomical. And so I
saw that. Yeah,
not
Brad Powers.
that I'm defending
friend
the
of
pearl.
the Grum Todd
Not that
Herman.
I'm defending the pearl clutching.
Yeah, but like I
But
saw
I think
this-
that's where the clapbacks.
Yeah, but it's like no Husker fans were doing that. I mean, I'm sure that they were. I'm sure there's a Husker fan out there who was like, yeah, but I didn't see any of that. I swear to God, all I saw was like positivity. Like, yeah, you tell him, and then don't get mad at him for saying it. But nobody got mad at him.
no one really did get mad at him. By the way, it's 8-6 now.
We got to go to break. Nick, hurry.
I'm fine. I'm fine this week, actually.
Yeah, because you just been building your model car.
It's a great model car. I'm going to clear coat it
Unreal.
tonight. I'm getting
Unreal.
ideas for the interior.
Now,
I'm thinking
wait
a
a
dark
second.
gray
Wait
with
a
orange
second.
accents.
Why?
Oh, now you're trying to make the segment longer. Don't you dare
No,
do
I'm
this,
not trying to
John.
make it longer. I'm just trying to. Why are you clear coating the car?
If
It's
you
not going. Are you planning
gonna
on driving this
he's
thing
gonna drive
outside?
to work tomorrow.
No.
Whee!
So if you clear the idea is you clear coat it and then you polish it. Yes, with actual automotive polish. A lot of people use McGuire's, and it gives it more of a realistic mirror finish.
I
if
don't
you
care
do it
about
that
this
way.
either. No offense, Nick.
No, I just like the. I now have this visual of Nick coming to work, crawling on his hands and knees, but pushing his little car along.
It's going to rain this weekend. So
Look at my Nissan.
having the clear coat's probably going to help with the rain. Hey, they got a strikeout.
See, it's not all bad. They got a strikeout.
I have panel liner too. I can make it add definition to the body lines.
Do you have a tiny baby
This is
little waxing
unhinged.
thing so you can wax it with your tiny baby waxer?
I don't, but they do exist.
Oh my God.
They actually exist.
This is crazy.
Nick's gonna get his tiny little baby buffer out there and go. Wee.
I promised my wife I wouldn't invest more into this until I knew I wanted to do more cars.
You are always talking about how little money you have. You better not be
Because I'm
investing-
building cars, Josh.
Oh my gosh. You need to stop buying things that you don't need.
Yeah, you need to stop doing things that bring you joy, Nick.
By
Yes,
the way,
that's what you sound
where
like.
are you getting these model cars from?
Hobbytown,
Oh, okay.
the
What's
internet.
that?
Okay.
It's a place that has hobby stuff. It's a hobby store.
You've
In
never heard of
Omaha?
Hobbytown?
I've heard of Hobby Lobby.
Well, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Except they don't steal artwork, allegedly.
The last time I went to one of these places was the time that, because I had to go there with my son
My
to get
son.
some kind of a model for Boy Scouts.
Oh, I've seen this place before.
And the back door was open to the back room, the warehouse room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where all the nerds were sitting around with all the bags of chips laying everywhere in the Mountain Dew cans, playing
all those Nick Grims.
playing their games with the 16-sided dice.
Nick's people.
Hobbytown is less about the D&D. There's other game shops for D&D.
Ah.
This is like they have RC tracks. They have rock
This is
crawler
less
tracks.
hobby and more town. 8-6, by the way, 2 outs. Runners on first and second.
Yeah, I hear you are all in a panic.
If we
Oh,
stay
they're
on the
gonna-
air for 5 more seconds, they're going to hit a home run. If we go to break, they're going to get them out of the inning. And another 7-0 run for
If we
Nebraska.
go to break, and Minnesota scores in this half inning, you owe us lunch. To prove your theory wrong.
I don't want to spend that much money.
How confident are you
I'm
that
not
they
that-
won't
I'm-
score
I'm
here?
Not that confident.
Oh.
So wait, but if they do strike them out, do you owe me lunch?
If they strike him out, well, it's 0-2 right now.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it's 0-2.
Yeah,
He could strike him out.
he could strike him out. He
Tucker
definitely could.
Timmerman's in the game, by the way. It's
Mm.
8-6 Huskers. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 6th.
Nice.
And we haven't had any stupid long delays for a while.
Yeah,
So
if
we're
you-
probably owed one.
If you missed it earlier, there was a 25-minute review delay, and we still don't really know why because they didn't overturn anything.
They didn't overturn a darn thing.
Brazy.
Well, speaking of Mr. Calandria,
Tone.
we're going to talk about the
Don't get
other
mad-
things
don't
that
get mad
he
about
said.
it. Don't get mad. Don't get mad about it.
And it could have been Bo.
It Could have been well. Plus my not boring stat. That's kind of boring, but it's not boring.
You're doing a really good job selling this.
Oh, now that 2 runners in scoring position, they stole the base.
Uh-huh.
Should we stay here until
No,
this
I think we should go to
batter is
break,
done?
John. We got to get to the happy hour.
Are you sure?
I think so.
We can't stay here
Nick,
for
do we
one
have to
more
go to the happy
pitch?
hour?
We have a little time.
Can we
Stay here for a
disseminate?
bit.
Can we disseminate this last pitch?
Oh, look, there's a delay now. The catcher's like, give me a ball. They're
One
like,
ball,
no.
2 strikes.
Well, you are disseminating.
I don't know if we can disseminate.
Timmerman at the belt and the pitch.
Oh.
Fastball missed low.
Uh-oh.
2 balls, 2 strikes. First base is open, though.
Yeah, Jordan points out we're still waiting on John getting a spray tan. That's true. You owe us like a 12-year-old spray tan. We need to find the spray tan juice from 12 years ago.
You want 12-year-old
There's
spray
a hot
juice?
smash, bobbled at first, but the pitcher covering, and they get the out.
Wow.
See?
You owe me lunch.
No,
Hot smash.
he didn't strike him out.
No one owes anyone lunch.
8-6 Huskers going to the 7th on 16-20 the zone. The happy hour is on the air.
If I were to rank my least favorite John Bishop bits, his obsession with, they're saying the app's not working. Let me open up the app. If I were to rank my least
This is terrible. This sounds terrible.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. I'm Josh. I hate fun. I'm Josh. I hate fun.
I love fun. I just don't like this bit. It is so bad.
It's so bad. You know what's bad? Your face. That's what's bad. Oh,
His
and you know
comeback
what?
is always the way you look, the team you root for.
Oh, darn. The app crashed.
Nick, I want you to do
I was
this.
trying to show people that the new 1620, the app,
is
up and running.
You can just tell them.
Yeah.
You can just say, it's working.
You just open it and
Yeah,
you
but
hear
you
our
know
voices.
what? People don't believe you anymore.
Trying to show people that the new 1620, the app, is up and running. You can just tell them.
Yeah.
You can just say, it's working.
You just open it and
Yeah,
you
but
hear
you know
our
what?
voices.
People don't believe you anymore.
Trying to show people that the new 16.
We could just keep running. Tell me that's not fun.
That was kind of funny. I wondered how long we could have just sat there and listened to it over and over and over again.
Incredible.
It does work. It's
does.
very great.
It looks good too.
Yeah.
And soon,
We'll get video on there soon.
soon we'll have you'll be able to get direct video on there.
I'm
you won't
working
have
on
to,
it.
You won't have to click through to different places.
Yeah, somebody just said the app is absolutely unusable. No, that's the old app.
The old app is unusable.
The new one is usable.
It is.
It works.
Literally,
Yes.
all you have to do is click on it and then you hear it right away. No delay.
Now,
nothing.
strangely,
Did you hear that? There's barely a delay. We were talking, and then you heard our. No, you don't have to show us, but you heard us
Maybe
like
we do.
10 seconds later.
Literally, all you have to do is click on it and then you hear it right away. No delay.
Now,
nothing.
strangely, did you hear that? There's barely a delay. There is barely a delay, though.
Incredible.
The only problem
Quite
with it
nice.
right now is it's calling us middays with Matt.
Which we are not, famously.
We are not middays with Matt.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed eventually.
But go download it today from your favorite app store, 1620 the app.
Mm.
We should have called it 1620 the app.
Oh, we should have, Nick.
I mean, nothing's stopping you from calling it 1620 the app.
Rename it in the store.
I'm going to call it 1620 the app.
Let's get Otson on this. He's our boss.
1620 the app. We should have called it 1620.
We should have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nebraska's up 10-6, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, and you were worried. You were all,
No, we needed to go to commercial, and we did. And now they've scored a couple of runs since we came back from commercial. Shout out to us.
11-6.
This was
Oh, wow.
this was kind of an interesting little anecdote from the this was the On3 story
About Calandria.
about Anthony Calandria.
That
by
we have
Pete
praised.
Nakos.
We are praising him.
We are
for-
praising the story.
He got a new shirt?
Didn't.
Yes, this is a Nebraska quarterback who has never played it down at Nebraska that we are praising.
Yeah, he wants them to win a national championship. I think it's good to have big goals. I like that he has big goals.
But from the story, it reads the move. This is Kenny Minchie. Minchie decided to up and leave after like 36 hours as a commit.
Screw him.
The move left Rule racing to find a starting quarterback option for the fall. He reached out immediately to Calandria's camp, along with Missouri's Bo Pribula or Pribula.
I always forget if it's Pribula or Pribula.
Pribilubba.
I think
I've
it's
always said Pribula.
Pribula. I think that's what it is. Pribula.
Nebraska wanted them on official visits in Lincoln. Calandria recalls ASAP. That was the message from Nebraska.
That means as soon as possible, Nick.
As soon as Calandria arrived on his visit, the quarterback recalls he felt the fit was right. The fit was right.
Now, may I offer one tiny
Be careful.
tiny critique?
Be careful.
Less even a critique and more of a question.
Be careful.
And that is how fast this came together. Like that is.
Well, but that's the same with everybody, right?
I know.
I mean, it was with everything in the dating, speed dating world of the transfer portal.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I know. I'm just saying, they wanted a different guy. They couldn't get that guy, and then they got him, and they wanted Pribula maybe. So
The good news is
Something to
Nebraska's
watch.
not the only one
no, that's true.
that has to deal with this nonsense.
That's true.
But Other things from the story, he talked about his new teammates, which, by the way, they all went down to Florida.
They were teammates.
They were hanging out down in Florida,
Mhm.
doing some drills. This is just Calandri and his receivers.
Hey, boys, you want to go to Florida and do some drills?
That's what they did.
Well, you know, the kids these days make a lot of money.
Doing some drills with the boys in Florida.
I love
But he
boys
says he's
drills.
impressed by Quasi Gilmer, who he describes as a stud. He thinks Quinn Clark's going to be a big piece. I assume that's a good thing.
I'm intimidated by the big P.
Yep. Yeah.
We should call Quinn Clark the big P this season. He's a big piece.
He's a big piece. I like that. Big piece of the offense, John.
Yeah.
That's how I took that.
He also says he's impressed with Jamal Rule, the freshman running back, who should have a huge impact this year.
He also mentioned Ja'Cory Barney. He is a really good player. The one guy, and I was happy that Happer noticed this as well. He was talking about it this morning.
Of Happer and Schaefer?
The very on 16. No, wait.
Happer and Schaefer.
That he did not bring up Isaiah Hunter. Now, they were theorizing like maybe was Hunter even down there with them? I have no idea, but that was something that I noticed. Those were interesting. Honestly, the part of the quote that jumped out to me the most was about Jamal Rule, who is a running back that seems to have very much shot up, I think, on a lot of people's expectation boards for the 2026 college football season for Nebraska. And so for him to say that, it's just my antenna is up about him. Admittedly, some of this is that I don't really like the rest of the room. And so I like the idea of
That's a new car smell.
Definitely a guy coming in, and we say it every year. And so it's so tired to hear it, but I'm going to say it again. Of all the positions where a freshman can come in and make a pretty good impact, running back has consistently in college football history been, and in the pros, really, it's been that spot, you know, as long as you can pass block, which is a big if, of course, you know, if you can do the other stuff, if they can trust you out there.
Well, the good news is, in theory, you have a quarterback that can escape the rush a little better than what you've had in the past. And you might be willing to roll the pocket a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that will definitely be happening.
And so, not saying that that means all the running backs can just slough off on their pass block duties.
No.
But that if there were a weakness, that might not necessarily be a deal breaker in keeping one off the field, especially given that if the running back room is the giant question mark we all think.
Yeah.
To the coaching staff, it doesn't appear to be a question mark. At least everything that they've said is, hey, we love this room. You know, Barthel said he likes this room better than last year's room. He said that.
Yeah.
But if we are to assume that the running back room is a big question mark, if you have the running talent, but maybe lack in a couple of areas that might have kept you off the field in other years, this might be the year where it won't.
Because
if it's as big a question mark as we have made it out to be.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe it's not, and this is not a problem. Or, and what you hope is that, you know, they make it a priority. They make it a priority to get everyone up to speed as fast as possible. And certainly with the returners, they already know what is expected of them. For a freshman like a Jamal Rule, that's probably something you weren't asked to do a lot of in high school, pass block.
And certainly not to the capacity you're going to have to do it at Nebraska.
Correct.
Against the schools.
Correct.
That you will be playing on the schedule.
Correct.
Especially once they get into October.
If I had to make a prediction today, Jamal Rule will play a important role this year.
I think so too.
I won't go as far as to say he's going to be the starter or is going to lead the team in rushing. He will play an important role on the field.
I've been wondering a lot about a couple things with the run game. If Barthel, not if Barthel. So Barthel has said what he has said about the running back room being better. I think we would both agree for multiple reasons that the collective group of running backs will not match what the running backs got collectively on the ground last year, right? I don't think that this running back room is going to have as many yards. Part of that is, Emmett Johnson himself was, 1,500? And there will also be the mobile component with Calandria. And so you figure the running backs won't get as many yards, period, because they have a mobile quarterback. But then the other thing that I think about, given his size, is how much he will run. Not move, not get out of the pocket, not throw on the run, but like run. Truly run. How many designed runs will there be? And how much will he take off, just given his size? Because he's not slight. He's just smaller, He's not like some of Nebraska's quarterbacks over, the last handful of years. I mean, we've done a lot of Jeff Sims comps recently, and Michael Severe had some numbers last night and this morning, because we talked about that with him on Monday. But Sims, for all of his issues, was a big dude. He had some size to his game. I mean, he was terrible, but he had size. I just don't know if like Calandria can be as, I don't know if he can use his legs maybe like some people are hoping he can, just given, again, his size and the league that he's playing in. And the types of, he's going to be taking hits. And, we've, at what point was that? Was it Monday that we did that whole, it was the Brandon Vogel piece about the position room rankings, and Nebraska was 4 in the conference. And I thought McMaster brought up something really good today. I think it was with Sipple. Quarterback depth this year is going to be really, really important, because 2 years ago, Nebraska had their first year in a while where their quarterback made it through all of the games without getting injured. Dylan Raiola played in all 13 games that year. Now he missed a few drives against UCLA, but he started every game. Last year, obviously not so much. Recent history says that the quarterback is going to miss some time, and especially a quarterback that is going to run the ball a little bit more.
All right, so you thought you had this great idea, Mr. Schedule.
Thought I had an awesome idea, because as we talked about last hour, when the schedule comes out tonight, Warren Sharp is immediately going to get to work and do the rest advantage and find which teams have rest advantage.
Yes.
It's interesting with your Rams. They are playing on Thursday Thursday to open the season over in Australia. Then they're playing on a Sunday night, and then they're playing on a Monday night. So they're really, or is it no, they're playing on Monday night and then Sunday night. So they're really, in my opinion, trying to give them a long time to come back and get situated, play a night game, and then have more time off and get situated, play another night game, right? And so I thought, because we've done this with Nebraska last year, and it was their rest advantage is not there. Or when we did, was it last year or 2 years ago? And it was yikes, it's pretty bad. And so I thought, perfect. Let's do it for them this year. We don't know kickoff times yet, but what we do know definitively now is that they have 2 Friday games. Illinois in November, and then Iowa also in November. Those are Friday games. And thus, we know all the Big Ten stuff. We know every Big Ten Friday night game.
Yep.
And here's the issue with doing this exercise. Because there is only 1 idle week this year instead of 2, there's no effect on rest this season for Nebraska in a positive or a negative capacity. Only 3 games will the opponent or Nebraska have any sort of an edge going in, because their off week is the same week as Washington's, and Washington will actually play on a Friday the week before. And so Washington has a +1 rest advantage against Nebraska. So Nebraska is a -1. The following week, Nebraska will play at Illinois on a Friday. So Nebraska will have a -1 there, thus collectively a -2 on the season. But then when they play Rutgers, they will have an extra day because Rutgers will have played on one of those. I'm trying to remember the calendar-wise. Oh, because Nebraska will have played on the Friday, and so thus they will gain an extra day. And so it's -1 on the year. And so I was really pumped for this, because I thought, wow, let's see. Let's get under the blankets here and find out what's going on.
Under the blankets?
I didn't know where I was going, but let's get in the sheets. Because Happer always talks about his sheets, his spreadsheets. That's why I don't know why I thought blankets. But it's not. In the end, they're just kind of a normal schedule. Everyone else is even Steven. Ohio, of course, all of the rest of the offseason.
Sure.
Wow.
Bowling Green, Saturday. North Dakota, Saturday. At Michigan State, Saturday. Maryland, Saturday. Indiana, Oregon. Again, it's kind of boring.
I got under this blanket with you, and I was left disappointed.
No, the first time anyone has ever said that about me, so that's good. First time for everything, John. But I don't know. There you go. Is this a positive? Is this a negative? I mean, it's a -1. -1 day rest advantage. That's it. So there you go. I was so pumped. I was going to build a graphic, and I was like, this is boring as hell. They all playing the same days this year. But when you have 2 buys in a season, that really makes it wonky.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it as wonky when you just have one. And the NFL is wonky, Nick. Why? Because they play on Thursdays and Sundays and Mondays and sometimes
Wednesdays.
Saturdays and sometimes Wednesdays. And
Thanksgiving
sometimes
Eve.
Friday. I mean, John's Rams are playing basically every day of the week this year. The only day the Rams aren't playing is Tuesday. They're like the Chiefs from a few years ago.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, him and Mitch Holthus are going to be doing shaking hands all year long. Oh, man, our schedule is so tough. This stinks. The NFL's out to get us.
Horse crap call.
It is. It's horse
I
crap.
couldn't believe it. One of the leagues had the Rams playing the Eagles as a noon game. I thought that you teams mattered. I figure that'd be like a 325. NFL doesn't care about Eagles-Rams. A couple of mid-teams falling back to the pack this year. Understandable, Roger Goodell. I stand with you.
Should note for the record, for those of you who can't see us on the YouTube stream, Captain Weirdo over here is wearing all his Cowboys crap.
It's schedule release day. Of course I'm wearing my Cowboys stuff. Gear is
Crap.
I think it looks great. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys. for
Joey
having
was
cool
wearing.
colors.
Did you see what Joey was wearing?
I honestly, when I turned on their stream this morning, I thought it was you for a second because his shirt looked like one you
It was
have.
a Packers Hawaiian shirt, and then he had his old
Super
Packers
Bowl,
Super
yeah.
Bowl hat with all the pins on it.
That's why Joey is a good guy. I like Joey because Joey likes football. Joey is a good human being.
I do too, but when it's in season,
Yeah.
I don't need it all the time.
He likes seasons.
And yet we just talked about it.
No,
Yeah.
You talked about it and how boring it was.
I did not. No.
That's true.
You said football's boring
He
this
did.
year.
No, I said that Nebraska's
You're-
schedule isn't.
Your conclusion was this is boring.
No.
Your conclusion was this is boring.
Damn it. So there you go. Jordan says, why does it always seem like Nebraska's idle week always coincides with their next opponent's idle week? Exactly. That's what happened a couple years ago. Where
It
it's like
does.
they have 2 of them and there's no advantage because their opposition also has them. Yeah. So that's what's going down.
Well,
with
if
Nebraska
that
this
means
year.
that the schedule makers are actually doing a better
Equitable.
job,
That's what you want, honestly.
because honestly, we should.
We'll see with the NFL when Warren
the
Sharp does
Warren
his thing.
stuff, the Warren Sharp stuff should never be a thing. It really shouldn't.
Because there was it the 49ers like a year or two ago when it was like
It was bad.
horrible. It was like minus 28 days.
Yikes.
Which is ridiculous over the course of an 18-week
Yes.
schedule that you can have that big of a disparity because they care about brands and kickoff times. Like that's how they operate. Not so much, wanting teams to have perfect amount of rest.
It's interesting because I look at the games that have been leaked for the Rams, and I'm starting to wonder: do I even need Sunday ticket this year?
Dude, you are on in prime time a lot. You have night games and 325 games a lot. But then you couldn't watch all the other games.
I know, but I'm just thinking of it. I mean, the main priority I have. And there is a part of me, and this is the problem with expanding the damn schedule out like this. A, it creates all these disparities in rest days, but it also diminishes one of the to me, the most special thing about NFL weekend.
Yours.
It's Sunday football. It's Sunday afternoon football. That has always meant more to me than Monday night football, Sunday night football, Thursday night football. Sunday afternoon football, where you park yourself in front of the TV and you've got 6 straight hours
of commercial-free football.
Well, I mean, if you're watching a full game, it's
Commercial-free. I guess
definitely
they're-
not commercial free, and it's not commercial free anymore on Red Zone.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid we're going to start losing some of that.
Now you're out on the NFL too?
I'm not out on the NFL.
Oh,
I'm just out on the way that they are trying too hard to spread themselves all over the week.
On secondary thought, though, John, you're going to get to play on Christmas Eve this year. That'll be fun.
Oh, great. What day is Christmas Eve on?
Thursday.
Great.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
I mean, when when you spread everything out like this, the special days no longer feel special.
Or are there more special days?
No.
If everything is special, nothing is special.
Bingo.
But to me, it is special because it's football. It's the NFL. It's the National Football League.
See, it's that same mindset that gets all the idiots in college sports just said, well, we'll just give them more football. It'll be fine.
Look, for the most part, I do agree with you. I think playing on Thanksgiving Eve is a hilarious concept and ridiculous.
Josh here for the 48 team.
Because like that weekend alone, it's wild how little is on Sunday anymore. There will be a Thanksgiving Eve game. There will be 3 games on Thanksgiving.
Don't say it seriously.
I know. I apologize. There will be a Black Friday game. There will be a Monday game. That is 6 games. So that leaves only 10 for Sunday. There will be a Sunday night game. So that leaves only 9 games for the noon and the 3:25 window.
How many holidays are left on their bingo card?
I mean, they've covered them all.
Super Bowl is going to play on Valentine's Day
Yeah.
this year and put it on the list. I think that the ratings are going to be lower, and then they're going to be like, we got to add a game to the season so we can push the Super Bowl back because they do not want to deal with Valentine's Day anymore.
I don't think it will be.
People are going on dates, John. True love is a real thing, John.
Not in his generation.
I know it's not. He builds model cars. He just got
Exactly.
married. Come to bed, dear. No, honey, I'm adding extra paint to my car.
I'm done painting the car.
I'm adding extra coats.
I'm done with all the coats.
What are you
Part of
adding
the
to it?
painting. I need to add the spoiler, the hood. I need to build the engine, paint it.
J-Man writes, Joey and John's team's only ones to play and win in Super Bowls this century. Maybe that's why John doesn't like football anymore, because his team did the thing that he wanted them to do, so he just doesn't care like it.
He already hit the peak. Man. That's why he doesn't like the Cubs anymore. They already won a World Series.
That's true.
No, I just like my seasons. That's all.
Yeah, I do too.
I also don't like
Book
making a big
season.
deal out of things that we already know. We
Model
already
car
know
season.
who's playing who. Big deal. When is it? So
You shouldn't have
what?
made the leak flash. If you wouldn't have made that, I wouldn't be so excited. But I just love hearing the
Oh,
leak
that's
flash.
why.
I love the leak flash.
That's why.
And now I have Joey here. Like, it's great. I seem normal in my appreciation of leak flash.
You are not normal.
Two weird people doesn't make
No, no,
everything
no, no,
Yeah,
normal.
two weirds don't make a normal.
There's always someone weirder. Like people say, wow, Josh, you run a lot. I'm like, yeah, but I know someone who runs even more. And so it makes me normal by comparison.
What aboutism, Josh?
That guy ran.
What aboutism, Josh?
He's already hit 2,000 miles this year running. I'm normal by that measure, Nick. I haven't even hit 1,000 yet.
Stay tuned for more of What Aboutism Josh
Mhm.
coming up. By the way, it's 12-6, 12-7. They got a ground out. RBI, I think. Yeah, 12-7. 7th inning.
12 divided by 2 is 6. 6-7. Hey, have we reminded people where we're going to be tomorrow? Eating delicious food, drinking delicious
Twin
beer.
Peaks.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
180th and Dodge. Village Point. 29-degree draft beer. They keep it cold. Nick says there's a lot of TVs.
There's so many TVs.
I can't wait to see this.
He was only told that because he was looking at other things.
The food,
No,
the stereos.
no.
The equipment that I was testing to make sure that we had a
Oh,
smooth
you were checking out
broadcast.
the equipment, all right.
Nick is very professional, John.
I am.
I believe in John.
John, I'm a
And Nick.
married man.
Yeah, he's a married man building a model car,
Building a model car.
painting it or doing whatever you're doing.
Clear coating it,
Clear
Josh.
coating.
Gonna clear
coating
coat it tonight.
That's a euphemism for something.
No,
I don't want to know what it is.
what I'm literally doing.
Definitely.
12-7 Nebraska in the 7th, and Creighton has taken a 2-1 lead over Xavier in the 7th.
How many fans are at that game? Have they announced the attendance?
I
yet?
don't know.
I want to know so badly.
I'm guessing.
203.
I'm
Did
guessing.
they let any of the MLB fans chill?
Well, that's what I'm guessing.
I bet
is
they did.
That
Yeah.
they just left the stadium open, and if you wanted to stay, you could stay.
Mhm.
So I couldn't tell you. Coming up next, content.
What do we got in content today, John?
Model car stuff?
Oh, look, more TV times.
Oh.
Awesome.
Volleyball coach Brian Rosen might be insane. More Jim
I
Phillips.
cannot believe you're calling a Creighton coach insane.
Nate Bargatze.
What? We gave away tickets recently.
And the odd story of Garrick Higo. If the name wasn't weird enough, wait till you hear his story. But as we go to break, this is Happy Husker Football Week. And it's time for today's Happy Husker Football Factoid of the Day.
There is no place like Nebraska. Dear old Nebraska, you.
This week, Unsportsmanlike Conduct presents Happy Husker Football Week. A week of celebration as we count down to the 2026 Nebraska football season. The last full season where patrons in the South Stadium will have to walk 96 steps to get to the nearest concessions and bathrooms. And now, Unsportsmanlike Conduct is very happy to announce today's Happy Husker Football Factoid of the Day.
The back half of Nebraska's 2026 schedule is daunting, with 3 college football playoff teams and the defending national champions showing up on the opposite sideline. In fact, the Indiana Hoosiers start this gauntlet October 10th in front of the Sea of Red in Memorial Stadium. Did you know, despite Indiana being one of the worst programs historically in college football history, the Huskers have a losing record against the Hoosiers? At one point, Nebraska lost 9 of 10 games to Indiana, with the only non-loss being in 1950. But the Huskers have the last win in Lincoln, a 35-21 decision in which Nebraska's special teams dominated the night. Look out, Indiana. The Big Red Machine is coming for you this October.
Happy Husker Football Week. Turn that frown upside down. The season is less than 4 months away. From your Happy Husker Football Week official radio program, Unsportsmanlike Conduct on 1620 The Zone.
Nick. Oh, before we get to that, real quick reminder, tomorrow, movie club, Mean Girls on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's our movie that we are reviewing.
It's so fetch.
Nice. Good reference. Have you seen it yet?
I watched the first half of it last night.
Okay, so you probably get that. First half of the
Oh,
movie's like an hour and a half.
I can't imagine only watching the first half of Mean Girls. Just
Well-
watch Mean Girls.
Well, but it was late. I don't know why I started it so late.
Hmm.
And then I got tired. I need to go to bed.
I feel bad for you. Tonight you got the schedule reaction to do. You're doing a special show on 16.
He doesn't even go here.
Ah, nice reference, Nick.
Thank you. Earlier today on The Athletic, Stuart Mandel and Scott Docterman predicted TV times for the first 3 weeks of the college football season.
Oh, yeah, Nick.
They had Nebraska playing at 2:30 and wait, what in the wide world of Joey Warcola is going on here? Warchala?
I think that this is a great topic by you, Nick. Why didn't you finish it? By the way, they didn't predict BTN games, so I guess that means they think Nebraska's playing on BTN the other 2 weeks. The non-conference schedule at the beginning of the college football season kind of stinks.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. Week 2, pretty good, though.
It's better. I mean, comparatively speaking. So Bowling Green at Nebraska at 2:30, they say, huh?
That could have been 10-C.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it could have been 10 o'clock.
No, 10 a.m. would be nice, but no, that could have been a
10 a.m. would be nice.
Get it out of the way.
If there was ever a non-conference schedule that deserved 3 10 a.m. games, this would be the
Heck,
one.
move it up to 9 a.m. Done by 12:30. Get on with the rest of college football Saturday. That sounds awesome.
That's a very early,
You'd be
16:20 the pregame.
You'd be done with Big Red Overreaction by like 2:30.
No, I'd be done with 16:20 the pregame by 8:30 in the morning.
That's true. Famously, don't tell Michael to start the show early like that one time, Nick.
Do you think we could shorten 16:20 the pregame to 16:20 the pre? Just make it a bit more modern.
No, I don't think so. Don't run that idea by anybody.
Let's not run
They
that
might
idea
fire you
by
for it.
anybody,
Yeah.
please.
Creighton volleyball will play another loaded non-con schedule featuring 11 tournament teams from a year ago and 6 who finished in the top 15 of the RPI. Is Brian Rosen crazy or insane?
This is a whack schedule. I mean, look at this.
Shine. Wow.
Purdue, Minnesota, USC, Arizona, of course, Nebraska, Kansas State. They get to
Colorado,
host
Connecticut.
Texas A&M, the defending national champions. Louisville.
That'll be sweet.
They really do. I mean, Kirsten started doing this a few years ago, and Brian Rosen has just taken the baton and run with it. I mean, I applaud it. Now, Creighton's in a different spot than some other schools because the Big East doesn't usually get you that boost that other conferences like the Big Ten do.
Mm-hmm.
But it has worked. Creighton has hosted regionals on the regular the last decade. So, hell yeah. If you like good, high-quality volleyball, the Creighton Blue Jays are going to try to present that to you.
He's neither crazy nor insane. I think that he is a good coach who wants to challenge himself and his team. I appreciate that. I'm not going to call him a name like you two yahoos.
You just called us a name and saying that you're not going to call him a name. You sound like a hypocrite.
I would never call him a name. I will absolutely call you idiots and imbeciles and morons, but not him. Good schedule, Brian.
Here's a quote from the ACC's Jim Phillips. If you're going to ask presidents and chancellors and boards to continue to invest in their football programs, it's really important that they have hope, that they have an opportunity at the beginning of the season to get into the playoff. Hope? Who is he? Computer-generated Princess Leia at the end of Rogue One?
Excellent commentary there, Nick, if I do say so myself.
That scene made me cry when I saw it the first time.
Oh my gosh, because it was computer-generated?
No, because it was cool.
Interesting.
Carrie Fisher just died, you monster.
Okay, that's been a while. That wasn't
No,
recent.
After, shortly before that movie.
I see what Nick was going for. It's been about a decade. I have really appreciated Ari Wasserman's tact on this issue and how he has written about it. And that is like the part about the playoff that is good is that it's not just for the good teams. And sometimes a good team or two is going to miss out on it. That stress of it is actually what helps makes it really good. Because
in other words, to quote the great Jimmy Dugan, it's the hard that makes it great.
Chris Whitney loves that line, and I could not agree with you more. And so I'm also with Phillips on hope. I think hope is also a good thing. I think 12 offers a variety of hope, a large amount of hope for anybody.
Well, what he's really saying is hope that I won't have to pay an exorbitant buyout to fire a coach, or have my athletic directors have to pay an exorbitant buyout to fire a coach. Hope that coaches get to keep their jobs and ADs get to keep their jobs. But that also is a fallacy, as we will talk about in a couple of questions.
Oh, wow.
Because
Spoiler
just
alert.
because you make a playoff, even a grossly expanded playoff, doesn't mean it's job security. Because as we have found in sports these days, people's patience levels draw thinner and thinner and thinner all the time. And today's just making the playoff is good enough becomes tomorrow's.
Better get
Oh,
to
what
the
do you mean you
semis.
didn't advance in this playoff? What do you mean you didn't get to the semis or the finals?
Yep.
It's always a moving target.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, hope. Great. You do have hope. Everybody has hope at the beginning of the season. And the beauty of sports is 2/3 of the way, or in the cases of Colorado Rockies, a third of the way through the season, hope diminishes. But that's
They're
the
not doing
point.
terribly.
That's true. That's true. The Rockies are better.
Yeah,
this
leave the
year.
Rockies alone.
Yeah. Vanderbilt freshman QB Jared Curtis has an appearance in Nate Bargatze's. I have to make myself not call him Nate Benghazi. New movie, The Breadwinner, as part of his NIL deal. Bargatze is a diehard Commodores fan. Can Nebraska and or Creighton find a celebrity to cast in a movie to help with their NIL causes?
Well, what was the name of the Larry the Cable Guy? Didn't he? He did
Mater.
Health Inspector or whatever. Didn't he have a couple
God.
of those?
Yeah.
Um,
Tropic Thunder. No, he wasn't in Tropic
he
Thunder.
was not
What
in
was
Tropic Thunder.
There was another tropic adjacent movie.
I think he did
Delta
a Health
Farce.
Inspector. Delta Farce. That's it. Maybe he could get Anthony Calandria to play a role in Delta Farce
Does
4.
Larry the Cable Guy still do movies?
Well, I'm just
I guess
saying.
those don't show up in my algorithm.
I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to find.
remember that.
I'm just trying to find celebrities that could help out. There's what's her name? Dwayne Wade's
Gabrielle
significant other,
Union.
Gabrielle Union.
Yep.
But she hasn't been in a lot of movies lately.
No, yeah. What does Creighton have any movie people?
I mean, maybe Frank Caliendo could star
Frank
in a movie.
Caliendo is basically a Creighton alum at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that could happen. It could happen.
But yeah, we need to find some. I mean, this is a nice little end run here.
Maybe I could become a movie star and I could help out Nebraska. Have we thought about this? I have acting chops.
Is it a?
I have nipples,
is it
Greg.
a-
Could you milk me?
Is it
See?
a movie for the vision impaired?
No.
They don't have to look at you.
No, see, they'll like me as an actor because they'll say he looks like a normal person. Oh, good call, by the way. Multiple folks in the chat. Adam Devine.
Oh yeah, he's actively in stuff.
Where did he go? West Side? Is he no? Was he a Millard South guy? You
Has
know
he-
Adam Devine?
Yeah, but has he declared a? I mean,
He's a Nebraska. He's a huge Nebraska fan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. We tried to get him on the show years ago to talk about Nebraska football. He didn't respond. Nick, we bestow this onto you. Let's see if we can get Adam Devine on to preview the season.
Iowa could get Tom Arnold.
Wow. Tom Arnold. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
While FIFA continues to tear down advertising signs on NFL stadiums in the name of purity, they're also putting down grass fields where turf fields used to be. This has gotten the attention of the NFL Players Association, who's begun demanding that owners give them grass fields on which to play real, actual CTE football. Does the NFLPA have a point?
Absolutely, it does. We talk about it when Nebraska. Remember when they were going to put grass down, and apparently they're not anymore for whatever
They're not
reason.
going to put it anymore.
Interesting. But we talked about it. It is safer. Studies have shown it is safer than field turf. It is, and so they absolutely have a point. This would be such an awesome thing if it could happen. It will not. It's too expensive, or it's not too expensive. It's more expensive. It would cost money, upkeep, especially for franchises that are in the north. You know, for teams with domes, that would be very difficult. Not everybody has the whole Las Vegas, Arizona thing where you can just take it outside, roll it back in.
Put it outside.
Cowboys don't have that. Vikings don't have that, et cetera, et cetera. That said, I would love it if they did. So keep demanding it. You won't get it, but maybe that would be a middle ground for the 18-game schedule thing. We want real grass at all the.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL actually has sponsors and allows the sponsors to show up on the sides of their stadiums. And maybe the sponsors could help fit the bill.
That would be awesome.
But then that would take away money from the owners because the owners would say, we'll just sponsor the team and give me your money.
Would it be possible to have grass inside of a dome, like inside of the Superdome, that does not have sunlight? Is that possible? I'm not a grass person.
Well, it would
a grass guy.
It would it would be a thing where they would, I mean, now I don't.
How's that possible? Pretend sun?
Well,
like
remember when Giant Stadium had the trays?
Get a big grow light.
Remember those?
I do remember the trays.
Now they eventually got rid of those, but
where we're going, we don't need trays.
There is a way.
Life.
They will be. There is always a way. But yeah, it's a cost thing. It's an expense, and the owners would rather not do that if they don't have to.
By the way, there's some kind of lesson or moral or something to the fact that the man-made bad turf is worse for people than the naturally occurring God-given green grass.
It's almost as if God was blessing us with his nature.
What if God on the fourth day was like field turf?
I want a bunch of parking lots and field turf to destroy what I've created.
What was the fourth day?
I don't remember.
Deer, probably.
Oh, that was the worst day.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
You guys hated deer so much.
Let me create the dumbest animal on the face of the earth. Hey, look, here's a car. I'm going to run in front of it.
On the fourth day, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars.
When did God create model cars?
I think that was when he created nerds. So that was the last day.
Thank you, God.
No, God didn't create cars. Adam did. He had to deal with Eve. He was like, oh my God, Eve again. Let me go play with my model car.
So on day 1, he created light. On day 2, he created the sky, the earth, seas, and vegetation on day 3, the sun, the moon on day 4, animals of the air and sea on day 5, and then land animals and humans on day 6. No, it was land animals and humans on day 6.
Nice.
Yeah. He didn't have to create those. I look, I'm not going to be super critical. Pretty solid, right? We can breathe. Like that in itself is a modern miracle. Deer, idiots. I hate deer. They're morons.
They are dumb.
Yeah.
Wow. Despite we're doing content, by the way. That's what the segment is. Despite making the Stanley Cup Finals the last 2 years and signing a 3-year extension that hasn't even gone into effect yet, Chris Knobloch has been fired as head coach of the Edmonton Oilers. At least somebody in Canada is trying.
Is he related to Chuck?
Not that I know of.
Hey, we got the Canadiens still, though.
We do still have the Canadiens. That's true.
Wow, that's crazy. They fired him. Canada's serious about their hookie. Sorry.
But yeah, they've let him go. Bruce Cassidy, the former coach of the Vegas Golden Knights, who recently got let go in March. He's out there. He's kind of the hot free agent. It is odd, though, that they literally just last year extended him. The new contract hasn't even taken effect yet, and now they're going to have to pay off the next 3 years and pay the new coach. This is how desperate they are when you have players like
Connor,
who has all this talent, and they can't win a cup, even though they went to the last 2 finals before this year. I just love watching these people just blow their money. It's incredible.
They're very good at it.
They are great at it.
Baymon writes, Eve hate, more misogyny from John. Sad. Yeah, why didn't you?
No, it was Adam. It was Adam that didn't like Eve.
Oh, I think Adam loved Eve. They had kids together.
She was made out of his rib.
Yeah, and then
he gave her his rib.
and then she had to pick that apple. She just had to pick that apple.
We don't know it was an apple. It was just a fruit. It was never specified to be an apple. Fun
Well,
fact.
whatever. It was a piece of fruit.
It
You just
could have
had
been
to
a
have the
papaya.
piece of fruit.
Was any fruit? Is there any fruit in the world that is worth destroying humanity in one bite?
Cantaloupe.
No.
Cantaloupe
Definitely
is
not
awesome.
cantaloupe.
I love
Blah.
I forget that John hates cantaloupe.
A lot of people hate cantaloupe. It gets unnecessary hate.
I'm afraid of cantaloupe. John Bishop here.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Oh.
My ass. Tastes great.
It tastes like your ass.
Oh, wait.
That's
You eat
why I don't
pieces
like
for
it.
breakfast?
Tastes like your ass.
Buffalo and Montreal are all knotted up at 2. Vegas is up 3-2 on Anaheim. what's going down in the NHL tonight?
Montreal's getting the win, John, on the road at Buffalo, and they're going to go home to a Saturday night game in Montreal, which is going to be insane on Saturday night. Good luck to Montreal. I said Vegas takes care of business. Did you see the monstrosity of a uniform that the Ducks were wearing in Game 5?
No.
Oh, my gosh. They were so bad I had to text Stibbs about it. Orange grossness. It reminded me of his hoodie that he used to wear all the time. Remember that damn thing? He said he still has it in his closet.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Give me Vegas. Give me Montreal.
What night did they play? Was it 2 nights ago?
I believe it would have been 2 nights ago. 2 or 3 nights ago. I'm pretty sure it was Game 5.
Yeah, let me look here. I'm going to look here at these.
Oh.
Those orange ones?
Yeah.
No, that's Vegas. Oh, those right there. You really don't. Those aren't that bad.
Maybe it wasn't game. It must have been the Game 4 then. Let's see if I can find
They
it.
aren't that bad.
No, it was Game 4. They were horrible.
Well, this was Game 4.
Oh, no. You're looking at the wrong game. It was Game 5. Here they are. Yep, I found them. No, okay, that keeps showing the wrong one. There they are. No, there they are.
Incredible.
I found it. I just got to open the story. Yeah, look at those. Those are nasty. Oh,
Well, they're just orange.
you like that?
It's not that
Okay,
bad.
who's going to win the damn game, John?
Well, if the Ducks are wearing those uniforms, I'm taking the Ducks.
You're an idiot.
I didn't know the Ducks colors. I thought the Ducks colors were like green and white or
They
something.
changed a few years ago for Gen
Why did they
Z.
change their damn
Because
colors?
of Gen Z. Can we blame Gen Z?
God, Gen Z sucks.
Why would Gen Z have any bearing?
Because they have
on
to
it?
get the kids to watch or some dumb stuff.
McMaster loves hockey.
Okay, but he's just one guy.
Mm.
They're trying to get you, and you're like, colors. Could it look like a model car?
Oh, Gen Z B are like rats. For everyone you see, there's 1,000 that you don't.
Thank God.
The PGA Championship is here. Seriously. A major will be decided this week. Did either of you two know?
I forgot until yesterday.
Shocking. The minor major strikes again.
Well, that's because you didn't tell
or
me
doesn't
about it.
strike because no one's paying attention.
I'm often critical of Jack Mitchell because he's like, oh, I forgot the national championships tonight, which I think is stupid because it's the national championship. But I forgot about the PGA Championship. Who's going to win?
Well, right
Don't
now, there are 6 golfers tied for first. Poltergeist, Mick Jagger, Spike Lee, some guy named Hisatune,
Woods,
Keimer, and Stuart Smalley are all 3 under.
I like how you had a nickname for most of them and then you just kind of lost steam.
By the way, so Garrick Higo, great
Higo.
name,
Hardly knew.
got a 2-stroke penalty today because he was late getting to the tee box.
I saw this.
Quote, I wouldn't have been late if I knew I was running late. Obviously, this is the first time it's happened. I wasn't sure quite what. I was just happy they allowed me to tee off firstly. You know what I mean?
Firstly,
I was bummed when he said I had a 2-shot penalty.
this is
I
one of
wouldn't
your people. Nick.
have been late if I knew I was running late.
I mean,
That's
look,
an all-time sentence.
I should have said that when I was late in school.
Uh-huh.
Which is funny because his caddy apparently was screaming at him to get to the tee box.
Yeah, so he was in a warm-up area that he thought was within a specific, like, I guess if you're in a very specific area within your time, you're fine, and he was outside that area. That's hilarious. By the way, we were talking about famous people that could make a movie for Nebraska and Creighton.
Yeah.
Jasker Todd says Alexander Payne went to Creighton Prep. Think Alexander Payne's a Creighton fan?
I don't know.
It's from Omaha. He made the movie Nebraska. Have you ever seen Nebraska?
I've heard of it.
It is hilarious. It is so funny.
Who made that movie we did for Movie Club?
I was thinking about that one too. What was it called? Movie set in Nebraska.
The one where the kid's brother died.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one where it was like the summer
Yeah.
shake or
Shake Shack?
No, that's a restaurant.
Oh,
Shack.
yeah.
What's that movie called? Shack movie.
Snack Shack.
Snack Shack. Good call, John. Nick, that was directed by Adam Carter Reheimer. We're off the air right now?
I know.
Okay, somebody texted me and said,
Yep. I got that text too.
Yeah, Cody says Gen Z came for your signal. AM off the air.
I guess we are then.
I got a text that
sounds
said
like
we're
on
off the air.
Oh, great.
Weird.
Is it because of all the stuff that's going on right now with studios?
It shouldn't be.
Interesting.
It shouldn't be.
All right, let's go to break so we can do dinner and fix our station.
All right, 1620 the zone.
will eat your ass first.
He's tough as a Woolworth steak.
And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap.
I'm ready to hang them up, gut them, and skin them, and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors.
And we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you.
Cliff, what are you going to take away as your best memory from playing basketball at Boston College?
Probably just like going out to eat.
Last night was spaghetti.
Ooh. Any meatballs?
But not in the bag.
Any meat sauce?
Meat sauce.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm a sauce over ball guy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I prefer meat sauce to meatballs.
Okay.
What are you having tonight, John?
I don't know.
Okay. We did the brats last night. $1 sale at Hy-Vee. No free ads. But we bought 12 of them and had those. Those were great.
Isn't it too late to say no free ads when you've literally just done an ad?
Probably should have said no free ad.
Presenting the fact that Hy-Vee has dollar
an
brats.
alternative for our friends. The other thing that we grilled last night was chicken thighs. And so tonight, boys, chicken thighs and a baked potato.
It's back.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I'm gonna get home and throw that baked potato in the air fryer after I stab it because you don't want it to explode.
Ah, you love
know,
stabbing.
I used to stab the potato with a fork, but now I do it with a knife. It's way better because it just goes in easier.
That's what OJ said.
I'm looking forward to it.
By the way, Nebraska just won. It's their 21st conference win, which is an all-time record, and yet they're still going to lose the Big Ten regular season by like 5 games.
That is nuts.
Because
UCLA
of
is
UCLA.
Good. Nick?
Brats. No free ads.
Oh, where are you going to get them?
Hy-Vee. No free ads.
Oh, wow. Go
Again,
me.
you can't say you're going to get them at Hy-Vee and then say no free ads.
So,
you just gave it away.
Nick, they also, I don't know if you've ever gotten a brat burger, but they have brat burgers.
I've had brat
they have
burgers.
everything up there. They have the skinless brats.
I'm kind of burnt out on brat
How many
burgers.
no free ads are you going to give out
I'm just
here?
telling Nick what's there. I can't talk about what's there. You're always like, my wife and I are going to dinner at, and then you name some restaurant, and they have really good food, and I really like their service. And
Yeah.
you crap on Popeyes all the time.
Well,
No
I crap
free
on
ads.
Popeyes because they give crappy service.
I'm just telling him they can buy some stuff.
I had a lot of brat patties growing up as a kid, so I'm a little burnt. It's like tater tot casserole. I'm a little burnt out on
What do you feel about skinless brats?
I kind of like the snap of the skin.
Okay.
Well, it helps.
Congrats to Jack Mitchell, who will not have to do a radio show today because
I'm
the game
intimidated by the big P.
because the game went all the way to 5:53. What if they were like, no post game tonight? Jack, can you cover the last 5 minutes?
That 25-minute delay really helped him out, huh?
It seriously did. He was so excited. He was so excited for that. Speaking of being excited, we are excited.
Because we're going to be at Twin Peaks tomorrow.
Yeah.
Eats, drinks, scenic views, and 29-degree tap beer.
Awesome.
29-degree tap beer.
I like
for
beer.
a one beer Friday. Plus, it has been a long time since I had a good meal from the Peaks.
Same. I'm looking forward to it.
I've never had one.
Oh, it is. They do it right.
It'll
Stop
be my
on
first
by.
peak.
They do it right.
Stop on by. We'll be there eating delicious food.
Yeah, come on by and say hi. It's 180th and Dodge, out by the Village Point shopping area.
Tell your boss you're feeling a little peckish.
Yep.
Under the weather.
You keep just doing all the weird excuses. Nick said, boss, I'm crapping myself. I got to go
I mean,
home.
No, you just say I'm having stomach issues, and then they assume that.
I see.
You don't have to say what stomach issues.
I see.
You could be hungry.
Kent's
Big game
Movie
feels in my
Club.
tum-tum.
Pat Vendetti's going to join us tomorrow and more. We'll see you at the Peaks.